And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man Dale Saint. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. How y'all feeling out there, man? Happy what is today? Thursday? Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday. Happy Thursday, guys. Like y'all can see, man. I live in a crazy bubble, right? I don't even know what day it is, man. I know when it's Monday and I know when it's I know when it's Sunday and I know when it's Friday because those are the transitions with my daughter. Outside of that, all the days blend together. And soon she'll be out of school, man. She's coming up on a summer break, bro. So yeah, my schedule's gonna be different because summertime she goes with her mom, and it gives me a lot more time. And I'm gonna be devoting the vast majority of that time into this, man. We done started, man. We gotta we gotta get this going. Shout out to y'all, Dom DeMarco, to everyone that Dom DeMarco. We got our 150 subscribers back and then some, man. So shout out to y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with us, man. The word is getting out there. I mean, you're telling folks. And shout out to Base Oracle and all his people over there, bro. You know what I mean? We got GS over there, brother Glenn. Shout out to all y'all, man. Brother Don over there, all y'all, bro. All y'all, brother Sasquatch, all y'all. Even the people in the chat that can't stand me, the ones that are afraid to show their face, even shout out to them. You know what I mean? Because this is hard. This is hard to build, man. This ain't easy. You got to get out there. You got to make it happen. And one of the things that we are showing, one person at a time, going into one bubble at a time, is we're showing that, hey, you don't have to be in an echo chamber. Challenge yourself to get outside of your comfort zone. Challenge yourself to get outside of that echo chamber and go out here and get on your quest and kill it, bro. Get out here and find the answers that you need, not the answers that everybody need, the answers that you need. I'm gonna definitely try to get Based Oracle over here at some point next week. Just do a straight interview. I want to talk to the brother, former Marine. You know what I mean? Like, dude knows how to talk shit, bro, but he ain't scared. He ain't scared. He'll show his face. He'll stand his ground, man. Told me where he stay. He told me where he live. I'm here. If you want to come see me, I'm here. You know what I mean? When I heard that, I was like, yeah, I gotta respect that. Shout out to you, bro. It's on. You know what I mean? It's on. He's in the city that that I need to get to at least once a year. So I'm definitely I look forward to meeting that brother breaking bread. You know what I mean? And again, man, we don't agree on everything. But we do agree on a lot. So you got to get outside your comfort zone, guys. You got to make that happen. And there's brother GS right there, man. My airborne brother right there, bro. I see you. What's good, man? If you ain't first, you're last. Airborne. That's what it is, man. Brother Pitney in the building. What's good, man? The keeper of the knowledge. Yes, sir. It's showtime. There's brother Glenn right there. I mean, I was just giving you your flowers, man. Just giving you your flowers, man. Appreciate you showing love. You know what I mean? Hey, it is what it is, man. Y'all got to get on me every time I say, you know what? I'm gonna have to get it. I'm gonna have to get some merch. I'm gonna have to get some merch. First T-shirt is gonna be, you know what I mean? I say it way too much, bro. I think I say, you know what I mean, more than women say I feel like, and more than other people say I feel like. I got to work on that, guys. So stay on me, brother. Leroy, what's good, bro? In the building, Leroy, what's good? What's good? Brother checking in all the way from Ireland, bro. Belfast, man. Shout out to you. I gotta get you a Don DeMarco, man. Can't wait to have you on here, man. That's another brother. Don DeMarco. That's another brother I can't wait to interview, man. The brother looks like one of my cousins, man. He could be my brother for real. He looks like me. He's from Ireland. You know what I mean? It's just America, the way we think, we just think that, black folks aren't outside of America. I guess at least that's what I was thinking. This man grew up in Ireland, Northern Ireland, Belfast, bro. I cannot wait to get him on here, man. We got to get you on here next week, man. I want to interview you, bro, like we said. You know what I mean? I want to know what it's like growing up over there, especially for someone who looks like me. You know what I mean? Racism comes in many different forms. You know what I mean? Like I tell people all the time, American racism ain't like the kind of racism you're going to get in Pakistan or India or Germany or Japan or South Korea. It's different, right? It's different. They might, you know what I'm saying? They might not like you for the same reason because maybe the color of your skin or whatever, but the way they come at you is different. And I look forward to having that conversation, man. Shout out to you, brother Leroy, bro. It is what, you know what I mean? Can't wait to have, damn, I just said it again. That's the first T-shirt we're going to get made, man. You know what I mean? I say it too much. Hollywood, man. Shirt idea, Hollywood, bro. For real. We might have to do Hollyweird, bro. Hollywood, man. For real, for real. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna talk to some people over the summer. I know some folks who have their own businesses. It's just a matter of price. It's pricing and figuring out how to do it. Myron and Fresh about, and some other people who are more established than I am, to kind of look at that and figure out the best way to move forward. Oh yeah, I gotta make this call. As soon as I'm done, I gotta make this call. So my bad guys. Got distracted a little bit, family stuff. But we're definitely gonna do that, man. I'm gonna hit up some folks. We're gonna get some merch done. I want to get t-shirts, I want to get hoodies, and I want to get hats. I definitely want to get hats, and I want to get like ink pens. So I'm going to figure that part out. That's one of the things we'll do over the summer. Brother Leroy's like, yeah, we can do it sometime, man. Give me a shout next week. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. You're gonna see me on base platform, bro. And if you're going live, whatever, you got some, I'll jump on your platform. But let's make that happen, man. And Brother Leroy, if you're on Instagram, man, do me a favor, man. Do me a solid. Hit me up on Instagram. Man, so we can definitely make that happen. I've been trying to talk to folks from UK for as long as I've been doing this, man. I really want to know what's going on, what it's like growing up, you know what I'm saying? So we could kind of compare notes. I could tell you what it was like for us. You could tell me what it was like for you on the block. I'm assuming you came up on the block too. I could be wrong. Maybe you live in the castle, brother. I don't know. You know what I mean? But it just what it is. Like I just sent you an idea. I just sent you ideas like I did. I just sent you an idea for merch. Appreciate that, Brother Glenn. I'm looking at and Brother Penny was like, you can start a Shopify store, no problem. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into it, and I'm gonna keep it open like we always do, man. We're gonna share how we, our mission. I'm gonna share this mission with you, man. This is what I'm doing, this is how I'm doing it. And this is the beauty of having people like my day ones, folks who've been rocking with me from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Brothers like, Brother Pitney and Scam Likely and Nightish and all the rest of y'all, bro. All my day ones, man. So we're gonna continue to do this, man. And Brother like AGDM, yeah, that is my primary way of communicating, bro. I'm all IG, man. I love it. You can call people on there, you can text on there, bro. You can leave messages, voice messages. I love IG. It's very rarely that I actually get my real number out. Foxy Brown, yeah, bro. Definitely gonna do that, man. Probably have to spell it different. The Foxy Brown to be the t-shirt. The Foxy Brown, spell it different, have like a cool silhouette. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, listen, we gonna make that happen. I like that idea, the Foxy Brown t-shirt. Yeah. Based Oracle, there he is right there, man. Cool ass Marine, bro. Real one. You know me, a dude who ain't afraid. Yo, Base, I sent a clip of me and you talking on your platform to Myron. I was letting Myron know what's going on out here. I wanted to know, if they had said anything about the whole Aberrant Preach situation. Apparently Aberrant Preach is, looking at a situation where they might have their channels removed based on some stuff that they did. And, Myron and Fresh, they don't, they don't rock with Aberrant Preach. They don't like them boys at all. But they don't say anything negative, and they definitely for free speech, and they hate it when anyone loses their primary means of income, of supporting themselves, especially over something like this. So and Myron's, he's like, yeah, man, we ain't said nothing, we ain't spoke on that. Because normally they don't really go out there and like try to kick people when they down or whatever. I mean, everyone loses it, or whatever. But normally, Myron and Fresh kind of sit back and it's like, oh, that shit's wrong, man. I don't wish that on nobody's. But not everyone is like that. And it seems the people who hate Myron and Fresh, they be wishing that these negative things happen to that platform. Aberrant Preach being, one of the main ones. And you see this thing going on with them, and it's like, damn, I don't wish ill on them like that, bro. They got over 2 million subscribers. It would be fucking shameful if they lost that. It's a lot of work. They put a lot of time in to get where they are, and to have it all taken away from them by a company like Jubilee or whatever, that would be horrible. But yo, I was telling Myron what's up. I asked him that. He asked me why I wanted to know. I told him what I was doing. I was rocking with some people that ain't friends. You know what I'm saying? The ops, so to speak. And he was like, word. I sent him a clip. So, he's checking it out, man. He's checking it out. And like we said when we were talking, bro, like, give me that list of stuff you want me to ask Myron and Fresh. I'll ask him. I'll be able to get, their response, bro. He was like, oh shit. Yeah, and Brother Glenn, like it would be their mistake, man. But yeah, they don't, I just from watching, knowing these guys personally, bro, they don't celebrate someone's downfall. They don't plot on people's demises like that. No one's perfect. They make mistakes or whatever, but I've never heard them say like, yeah, we're going, let's get these people, or hey, we're gonna have our million people go over there and do all this kind of stuff and try to make life hard for these people over there. They actually tell people to chill out. They tell them like, man, don't do that. We don't do that. Chill out. You know what I mean? This is not what we're about. So I just want to give them that. You know what I'm saying? And based article was like, yeah, that true hate, spice sugar, in anyone is a problem with self. Yo, bro, like, hey, base, like I said, man, much respect to you, bro. Much respect. Brother Pitney, like the chat often calls them anus and reach. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, they do that. You know what I mean? Not F and F mistake. Yeah. And Brother Base, like, I think you out here to do the right thing. I'm always open to discussion. I am out there. I'm trying to do the right thing, bro, as best I can, man. I'm human. I'm like anybody else, man. I'm just a lost soul looking for the light, man. I'm in the darkness trying to come to the light. That's it. I'm trying to do my best. It is what it is. So today, I just want to get all that out there, bro. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the comments. But today we're going to talk about sex workers. And are they like the canaries in the coal mine? Can they predict the economy? Can they predict a recession or depression? You know what I mean? Let's, damn, I just said it again. So let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed, bro. That's appreciate that, man. Brother Pablo's in the building, man. What's good, fam? Pablo Chicano, man, checking in from the west side, bro. It was like from Duke's vlog yesterday. He says there will be some news about Daisy today. Have you heard anything? I have not heard anything, and I don't follow it. You guys know when I talked about it, I was just like, hey, I gave my take on the whole situation. This is what I think it is. It was a heavyweight bout, top tier gold digger versus, top tier dude. And they just went at it. And this is just how these things generally play out. Like I said from the very beginning, I'm like, I don't believe that she is with child. And if she is, that child will never see light of day. And the only reason that is because it's just not enough money in it for this particular woman. So, it was just, like I said, she got mad. She invested in Fresh. This is just my take on it. She invested in Fresh and she got zero return. It actually cost her money. She gave up her highest, her most, valued commodity, which is her body, for free, basically. And she invested and she lost money. And she didn't like that, bro. So she went full kamikaze, man, like most women do. Women don't like taking L's, bro. And when they do, they get an L, man, and they get that emotion hit them and they just go crazy, bro. Full banzai. And then after it was all said and done, they're like, uh-oh, what did I do? Because they come to their senses, and women are smart, bro. When you take the emotions away, they'll sit back and like, oh shit, what did I do? So I haven't heard anything. I haven't been watching. Someone mentioned, I forget what podcaster it was, but it was in my queue because I was out there watching stuff about this whole Fresh and Daisy thing. But someone mentioned and showed a female podcaster, one of the female podcasters, like Tree something, I forget her name, but she was saying that, like it was kind of a hoax, and she was, saying some things like matter of fact, it was Coach Greg Adams. Coach Greg Adams was saying that, yeah, either she had exercised the option to no longer be with child, or the whole thing was a hoax, and he was showing it. That's what it was. It was Coach Greg Adams. I think I saw that yesterday or maybe the day before. But again, none of this is surprising to me. I mean, this is just how it goes, man. This is part of the game. This is one of the many sub games within the overall game. And you just hope people learn a lesson. Even someone like Daisy, I mean, she really put herself out there. So moving forward, it's going to be harder and harder for her to get the type of dude that she wants to get. As she gets older, as the surgeries and all that, you can only get so many upgrades. It's only going to make you look a certain way. So she put herself out there, bro. It's going to be harder for her to get a guy to take her on when she gets to the point where that, she can't get any more upgrades, and, youth fades, and, father time starts to, to really, beat her down. Because people are all this stuff is out there, bro. She's gonna have to completely change her name, like kind of disappear for a while. And if you're dealing with top tier guys, they'll find all that information anyway. So it's gonna be hard for her, man. She made a mistake. You know what I mean? And I said it again. She made a mistake in the way that she handled this, in my opinion. Let's see. Brother Prabhu was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm sure they know when people aren't spending money. They figure it out pretty quick." So like, I don't think they can predict it though. Oh yeah, with strippers, man, we're gonna talk about that. We're about to talk about that right now. I said this a while ago, man, maybe 6 months ago, maybe longer. I was saying that, I normally ask my friends, my female friends who work in that business, like strippers, I'll ask them what the money looks like at the high-end clubs, you know what I mean, at the middle joints, like the blue collar clubs, and also in the ghetto spots, little hole in the walls. And I'll ask them, like, yo, what the money look like? And they'll tell me, it's like, I don't know, man, it's not, it's starting to taper off. It's getting harder, right? Because the hottest girls in there, they're always going to make the most, pretty much. They're always going to do the best. But like the mid tier and the low tier girls, the ones who do the most stuff, even they're like, yeah, bro, these are the girls that are going in the back room, and you take them to the VIP, that you getting exactly what you're hoping for. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she's doing everything, and they're like, these guys aren't doing that. They're saying, they've been telling me for the past about 5-6 months, like, the money is down. The money is down. And now the top tier girls are like, man, it's getting to the point where they're considering doing more to make the amount of money that they were making before. So where before it was just enough for them to look good and walk around and bounce the butt around. Now they got to do a little bit more to get that bread. So it is what it is. I mean, I almost say, I mean, I gotta work on that, man. Every time I say, you know what I mean, please type in merch, bro, because I need to stop saying that, bro. I need to stop saying it, and I'm definitely getting that t-shirt made. That's gonna be the first t-shirt, one of the first t-shirts we have. And then bro, probably like, I'll quit discussing and go, hey man, you can talk about whatever you want over here, brother. Whatever you want. It could, because if it's fascinating to you, if you got questions you want to have, you want answers, man. Bro, this is our space right here, man. Ask what you want, say what you want. Let's get into it, man. Y'all know how we get down over here, bro. We get something like that, we can put it through the old
think tank. Arch, nothing gets past the old think tank. Nothing.
Let's put it through the think tank, brother. Glenn is right. Yeah, it was Tree Logic. Apparently, Tree Logic went on, and these were people who were caping for Daisy in the beginning, and now they're kind of doubling back. It is what it is. And based oracles like Tree 411 whack. Yeah. So it just showed up, like Coach Greg Adams showed up in my feed, and I saw the headline and I clicked it. He was still live at the time, and I clicked it, and that's what he was talking about. He showed videos from the Tree Logic chick, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's par for the course right there. I mean, par for the course right there. He based organ, like, never had a female friend. Maybe one day, bro. I got a lot of female friends. One of these days, we're gonna have to have that talk, man. I've been seeing that discussion going back, that big debate between pickup artistry and guys with pickup versus the social circle, like guys like Michael Surtain, and they're talking about the two, being the two ways of going about it. And bro, hey man, say what you want, but Michael Surtain's, both of those, look, let me put it this way, both of those methods work, especially if you master either one. They both work. But if I had to pick one, if I could only pick one method, I would have to go with that social circle, the way Michael Surtain does it. Bro, that game, in my opinion, is superior to just pickup. Pickup is great, but that social circle, man, it's like a whole nother level. And most dudes who've been in this, like old people like me, bro, I've been having fine girls around me because it just guarantees me access. I just never thought about scaling it the way that Michael Surtain did and does. And it, bro, what he's doing makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Look at this platform right here. Look at all the YouTubers out there and all the platforms or whatever. If we add a hot woman or two hot women to this platform right here, just via, StreamYard or whatever, people knew, like, oh, it's me and some hot chick, whatever, every day, it'll be more people watching. Right? So if you go out in the real world and you show up, you got 4 dimes with you. You're getting access to any event you want to go to. You got 4 dimes with you, bro, is on. And the more the merrier. The more women you have, the more access you get. And you're not going to have to pay for nothing. That's always been the case. That's always been the case. So anyone who's really been out there in the trenches know that's the fact. So I'll definitely probably be talking about that a little bit, man. I'll probably come over to base platform and ask you guys what's going on with that. Talk about that, or who are the social circle guys? Maybe I can get into those circles. Playing with Fire, he's one of those guys. He's a pickup guy. Maybe I'll jump over to Playing with Fire and have that conversation with those guys. Like, you missed a great conversation about the whole university. I must have, bro. I must have. Brother Pitney, she's never going to be able to go back to being a high-end escort. That's a fact. Talking about Daisy, top-tier clientele, pay for discretion. Daisy has recently shown that she doesn't move in silence. Yes. That's what hurt her the most. So she's going to have to do some sort of rebrand, scrub, and then start over again. Like scrub everything that's out there and start over again. And she might be able to slide back into that mode. I mean, it is a big world, but you know, as far as actually locking a guy down, nah, they're gonna find out. Someone's gonna tell them. Someone in their circle's gonna be like, oh no, that's the girl from the Fresh and Fit thing. She, you know, drug his name through the mud. She was all out here doing this and that. And oh, really? And they're gonna cut her off because you need that discretion for what she's trying to do. And Based Oracle's like, I'm friendly with many women, not friends. Facts. And that's the same thing too. Like, you know, it's, let's say associates, right? So I'm friendly with a lot of women. So when I go out, you know, it's mutual. They hanging out with me, you know, especially back in the day when I was doing it, when I was in LA, they get to ride in the 7 Series. They get to, you know what I mean, go in and, you know, walk right in. They ain't got to wait line. So they're getting something out of it. And I get something out of it as well because they're with me. It just elevates my social status. So yeah, they're more of associates than friends. It's not like they're coming over for dinner. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know, it's mutual. It's a mutual beneficial thing, mutually beneficial for me and the girls. So yeah, you know, you're right. You know, you got to keep him around, bro. Sane said he'll break my. Oh, Sertan said he'll break my jaw. Still waiting. Set it up. Woo. Yeah, because I haven't met Michael Sertan. I want to meet him one of these days, bro. But he says he wants to break your jaw. Dang, yeah, set that up, y'all. I'll come watch that. Y'all gonna get in the ring, make some money on that, bro. I'll pay for a ticket. I'll pay to come watch that for sure. So let's get into today's episode, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everyone here. Appreciate everyone out there, Ninja watching. Again, thank you so much. We got all those subscribers back, man, and we're growing even more. So we're gonna just keep it rolling. I found a video. So I made that statement about, you know, girls working in the strip clubs or whatever, and I found this video. And I want to show the video. And I was like, wow, because I've always had this theory. Like, it makes sense to me. These girls are right there. They are dealing with the white collar, they're dealing with Wall Street all the way down to Main Street, all the way down to the hood. They're dealing with all these guys. So they can tell you how the money is moving. You know, like, so when the money is really flowing in their line of work, the economy seems to be going really good. People have more discretionary cash. When the money slows up, maybe the economy is slowing down. It's getting tough. And, you know, they see it more readily, right? So my thing was always with the dancers. This video we're about to watch, this thing is more with the you know, the sex workers, the ones who renting out to Foxy Brown. They were saying that that's who they were talking about. So we got this video we're going to watch right here. And we also have a video from Patrick Bet-David. They were talking about it as well. Brother Grios is in the building. What's good, fam? What's good, fam? Hey, look, y'all need a videographer, man. Y'all need a photographer, bro. Y'all need somebody who hungry and know what they're doing. They do excellent editing and great turnaround time. I need to holler at Brother Grios. He's out of Texas, but I'm pretty sure he'll make deals. The budget will include the flight or whatever. Y'all can work all that out. He'll come to you. Man, I'm telling you, the guy does excellent work, man. He's hungry. He's out there getting it. This young dude knows what he's doing. Y'all need to holler at this man right here if y'all trying to get some, you know what I mean? If y'all need some work, holler at this man. So let's check out this video. And here we go. So we're going to watch this one first, and then we got one from Valuetainment. PBD was talking about it. I haven't watched the PBD one purposely. I'm like, you know what? I want to react to it live. Like, I haven't even seen this. I just saw the headline. I was like, oh, that's what I was talking about. So this video right here, and I forget the name of the David Flanks, right? That's the content creator. Never heard of him, but you know what I mean? See, I did it again. Never heard of him, but we're definitely going to subscribe to him. But this video here, about 10-minute video, how sex workers predict market crashes. When I saw this, I was like, see, that's what I've been talking about. And this is somebody who's like in that field. So let's check this out, man. You guys will see what I am talking about.
We are going into a huge recession. Here's how I know. We are going into a huge recession. Here's how I know. We just got our 1099s back. So I'm going to show you what a bad year at the Mustang Ranch looks like.
This is Dase. She's a sex worker working out in Nevada. She recently posted a video where she reported that her income dropped 64% this past year and makes the prediction that a huge recession is coming. You're probably asking yourself, why are we bringing this up on an investing channel? Well, it turns out sex workers might be surprisingly good at predicting market corrections. In 2022, Twitter user Botticelli Bimbo, yes, I just said that, correctly predicted the economic decline that we saw later that year. Economists have taken note of this phenomenon, and they've even dubbed this the stripper index.
Wow.
In this video, we'll take a look at the veracity of the so-called stripper index to see if there's actual truth here or not, and to see if there's an impending market decline. And then we'll move into some portfolio updates and finally conclude with a deep dive on Lululemon, whose stock price was recently crushed. But first, it's been a busy week in the market.
So this is a finance YouTuber. These are the guys who do the absolute best when it comes to CPMs and RPMs. These are the guys that make the most money. A lot of people tune in to these, finance YouTubers. I'm gonna definitely start checking out more of his content. But again, it makes sense to someone like me. Just a dude who is closer to the streets than he is. I'm closer to Main Street than I am to Wall Street. And I, just watching people move. Now, again, I don't have too many women that are pros at that level, like, full blown sex workers, like, working, in that. But like in the intimacy business, I'm trying to use my words properly here on YouTube. But I do know a lot of girls who dance. A lot of young girls, beautiful young women. And I interact with them all the time. And it's not just, I got to go to the club to see them. Now we go back and forth. Like, what's good? Again, Instagram, hitting them up. What's going on? How's it going? They're the hardest ones to get to commit to anything. It's like, cause I want to bring them on, onto the platform, and they all, every last one, I'm gonna say, yes, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. But just trying to get them to commit to the 2 hours, just at the time, they just won't. I mean, it just kind of is par for the course, bro. That's just how it works. But it doesn't mean I'm going to quit. I'm going to continue to try to get them on here. It's just a matter of time. And then, even recently, I was like, look, I'll pay you. So people like, see, there you go, Uncle saying he simping, he paying her. Like, bro, it's a business arrangement. I'm trying to get her to come on here. Like, let me get you to come on this platform so I can talk to you and get this information out to the world. But, it is what it is. It's a business expense, right? So let's continue.
Some passengers are reportedly afraid to travel on Boeing planes amid their recent safety concerns, and booking sites such as Kayak now allow filtering out of Boeing planes. In a masterclass of crisis management, the company fired their CEO 9 months from now. That's right, in just the gestation time of a human life, this CEO, who has seen some of the largest and most serious scandals of aviation history, will be held to account. This confirms our hypothesis from an earlier video, link in description, where we asked if Boeing is a turnaround story or a minor setback. It appears that we're getting our answer. I'm sure the outgoing CEO won't get an incredible severance package. Is it unsavory to call it a golden parachute? Speaking of golden parachutes,
that whole Boeing thing, bro, like the Boeing became so greedy and incompetent, and just another it's just that culture of incompetence that's taken over a great company and run it into the ground. When you're in the airplane business and your airplane doors are flying off in mid-flight because of incompetent folks, because you refuse to address issues because you're too greedy and you don't want to do a recall or whatever. And there were people telling you, engineers and folks on the line telling you that this is going to be a problem. Dude should have got arrested. If you can prove that he knew and he told folks to bury information and to lie to the FAA and inspectors and stuff like that, the guy should be fired. And they're saying, he's not going to get a golden parachute. He's not going to be his package is going to be small as far as his severance package is going to be small. So instead of getting $10 million for failing, he gets $3 million for failing. I don't know about you, man, but you could pay me $3 to $5 million for screwing up. Thank you, sir. May I have another package? Ooh, no diddy. But let's get back to it.
Reddit insiders sell the shit out of Reddit stock. Insiders sell after IPO, or really anytime, for a myriad of reasons. But after CEO Steve Huffman's already controversial compensation package, this is stinky. As of Thursday, shares are down 9%. This all goes to show that the animal spirits are back. And the best story to highlight this is Trump Media and Technology Group going public via SPAC. What valuation did it go public at? Well, nobody really knows. According to the company itself, they have 29 million shares outstanding, implying a $2.46 billion valuation. Yahoo Finance is reporting 113 million shares outstanding with an implied valuation of $7.51 billion. Google Finance has no idea what the share count is, but is reporting a $9.44 billion valuation. Wall Street Journal, Financial Times, and Bloomberg are all reporting 135 million shares outstanding. This is not normal. Regardless which valuation you want to believe, this means that the company is trading at a price to sales ratio between 745 and 2,860. For context, Google has a 5.72 price to sales ratio. Any price to sales ratio above 10 is considered insane to value investors. I love IPOs.
And it's good to be able to watch these things looking backwards, because the whole Trump thing, it fell off a cliff. It couldn't sustain it. It just fell off a cliff. I don't know why. Again, I'm not in that world, but it's good when people say, "Oh, this is going to," and big news, big headlines, like, yeah, it was a lot of money for Trump, a lot of potential money, billions, in fact. It was like, oh, this is going to be great, and then all of a sudden it just fell off. I'm not saying it was a rug pull or anything like that. I'm not saying it was a pump and dump. It's just, it's gambling, man. Like the stock market to me is just gambling. They don't know how to price this stuff. They're just looking at it like, we don't know, and anything can change that. Anything can affect it. So, there's that. I mean, it is what it is. Hey guys, give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute this thing. I gotta talk to my daughter real quick. My bad, guys. I had to take care of some business. I had to make, give my daughter some instructions. But yeah, and again, we're not here for all that, but we're almost to the stripper part. So I'm gonna let it play out, and then we'll get into the stripper part. Grio's vision. I see Brother Pablo was talking to Brother Bass. I like to see that. I like to see the interaction, man. Brother Penny was like, stripper index might be good, but I'll stick to watching the 10-year and the 2-year yield curve. Right, bro. Right. You might want to, that might be a little more solid math. Brother Pablo was like, now having some women on the channel would be cool. You guys know I've been definitely working on that. You've been seeing me bring on more and more women to talk to them. We're going to continue to do that. I have a friend, associate. Her name is Mia, and she's a waitress at one of the high-end spots in Tampa. She's agreed to do it. Beautiful woman, young woman, like college age, very, very, very elegant. She has a very soft elegance about her. She's agreed to do it, but we got to kind of work on getting her here. And Brother Bay, like, definitely helps the algo. Brother Pablo, like, yeah, Trump's company has gone down 50% since the IPO. Yeah, people just didn't know how to price that, bro, and that's just part of the game. Again, I don't think it's a rug pull, but maybe when he saw that and the stocks went up, maybe he did sell right away because he needs the money. I ain't mad at dude. Dude is facing a lot of court stuff, bro. He's got some problems, man. And New York is going after him like crazy. Y'all know I'm not a Trump guy, but the way I look at Trump is just the way I look at my homies in the streets. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, it's the same. Like I'm like, bro, I hope you get your money right. Thank you. Okay, I hope he's able to beat most of these cases. I think the one in Miami, the one about the classified documents, I really think that's going to be a problem for him. But if he's president, if he wins this election, he ain't got to worry about it. If he loses the election, I think he's going to have a real problem with that one. But the rest is just going to take money. So I ain't mad at him if he did make some money off that IPO thing that dropped. But let's continue.
And I've followed every major one for over 5 years, and I've never seen anything close to this. For the love of God, do not invest in this company, despite whatever Wall Street Bets is tempting you to do. Unless, of course, you know something that others don't and have done an asswhack of research. So, it seems there's a lot of froth in the market. Coupled with the stripper index, does that mean that a crash is coming? The theory is that when an economic recession is approaching, people tend to prioritize basic necessities over luxury expenses. Since the sex industry is the utmost of discretionary expenses, the thought is that sex workers can sense this reduced spending earlier than some other macroeconomic indicators. As labor economist Sanya Khan told Glamour magazine, when people have less discretionary money, going to strip clubs isn't an immediate necessary thing that they have to do. In recessions, people are spending more on the things they need, their bills, food, energy, gas. This sector of the economy is called non-discretionary spending. So, what can Dase's prediction tell us about where we stand today? And more importantly, can we back it up with data? Unfortunately, by the very nature of the stripper index being an anecdotal indicator, we actually don't have a lot of options here. Looking to the public markets, the largest strip club conglomerate is a public company called RCI Hospitality, which I couldn't find any correlation between their performance and the market performance.
Well, look at their performance, man. I might have to look into that. RCI Hospitality Holdings Incorporated. That's a conglomerate of probably the top strip clubs. $55 a share. Might have to look into that. Might have to get that one. Look at that, bro. Look at their growth. I mean, man, And you can see when they were down. Obviously, that was during the pandemic. But boy, oh boy, look where they at. Might have to look into that one, bro. Might have to. That is something. Brother Pablo was saying that sex worker from the Mustang Ranch in Nevada. I think she said, I've been there many times when I was younger, bro. I ain't mad at you, man. It's a lot of folks, saying you shouldn't, you shouldn't be renting out the Foxy Brown, this, that, and the third. Man, look, it depends on what your mission is, bro. It depends on what your mission is. My thing is, just don't fall in love with them. Don't fall in love with them. People say what they want to say about strippers and streetwalkers and sex workers, man. And guess what? Even when their careers are over, they are still out there getting dudes to marry them and bring them home. And bro, no prenup. Oh, I don't know why guys do that. Casual Germs in the building. What's good, fam? Yes, sir. Stripper index. That's what we're learning about. We're going, let's continue with the video.
If we look at more traditional macroeconomic factors like the consumer confidence index, jobs data, or consumer spending, we don't really have any indications that a market correction is imminent. There are certainly some signs, though, and Dase points them out.
There are people I've met that I cannot tell you about and things I've heard that I can't repeat. But if my 1099 shared with you from last year was not enough for you to see the writing on the wall, let me share with you these things that I can. Bezos cashed out $8.5 billion in 1 month alone. The CEO of JP Morgan selling for the first time ever. Leon Black also selling for the first time ever. We got Zuckerberg out here selling the Meta stocks too. Walton family selling $1.5 billion. But wait, there's more. No, really, I could keep going.
But that doesn't mean that the stripper index is entirely useless. When I hear things like this, or other anecdotal indicators like the shoeshine boy indicator, I treat it like I'm hearing a funky noise in an engine. If you're curious about the shoeshine boy indicator, we actually talked about it in one of our last videos. We'll be sure to link it here in case you want to check it out. The funky noise in the engine example is pretty useful. If you were driving down the road and you heard a funky noise in your engine, you'd pull over and you'd investigate it. If you hear a sex worker talking about tips drying up, or anyone who works in a strong discretionary spending environment starting to struggle, then collect that data point and go check the engine. If we take a look at the economy, as of right now, there are no bleeding indicators that a crash is coming. We support Buffett-style investing, and it's his belief that you should never try to time the market. The fact of the matter is that no one knows when a crash is coming. But when people start claiming that something might be happening, it's worth it to stop and check their claim. I remain agnostic on whether or not a market crash is coming, but I do know that valuations seem high. I'm having a difficult time finding wonderful companies trading at fair prices.
And then he goes into the rest of his video, and into the finance stuff. But like he says, man, if you got a funny noise in your car engine as you're driving around, you're gonna look into that. If you some knocking sound in the car, around the tires, you're gonna stop, you're gonna pull over, you're gonna look at it. And that's pretty much what I took from this brother. He's like, hey, man, we can't find any data to correlate this thing, but we're not going to discount what she's talking about. You got these women, especially you got sex workers who are working like the real high end pros, those call girls. they're rubbing elbows with multimillionaires and billionaires. Bro, what do you think the pillow talk is all about? The guy's going to be on the phone. She's going to be listening and she's going to be asking questions. And dudes love to teach, especially older guys talking to younger women who are beautiful. They love to teach. These dudes would rather just have this woman around just so they can teach her stuff and watch her go out and make money than just smashing her. So women, they get that. Like, there's like, okay, I'm getting paid to be with this multi-billionaire, right? I'm getting paid and he's giving me game, the real insider information, right? Just imagine you got whoever, what's the name? Jamie Dimon was a CEO of, he's Citibank now, I think it is, but he was JP Morgan Chase, or maybe it's the other way around. But anyway, Jamie Dimon, I'm sure has a call girl somewhere, some real, beautiful high-end woman that he sees whenever he sees, right? And he's talking to her and he's probably saying, yeah, a good bet right now will be this, or a good bet right now will be that. Or, hey, if you got if you have investments in regional banks right now, you might want to pull that money out. It's about to be a rough ride for the regional banks. Here's some names. Here's one for you. He might have told his girl maybe 6 months ago, 8 months ago, hey, you got money in Republic First, take it out. You got money in NYCB, take it out. Just little things like that. And she could come back and tell somebody who got real money, like, hey man, you want to move this? Yeah, it's insider trading, but he just doing a thing with this woman. She's getting the information. Yeah, the economy is about to be in for a rough ride. Yeah, interest rates are going to continue to go up. Could you imagine you're a woman, you sitting there with one of these powerful dudes and he's on the phone with Jerome Powell? It was like, was that the Jerome Powell you were just talking to? And he'll be like, oh yeah. He just told me that interest rates are not going to go down. He's about to announce that interest rates are going to stay where they are. In fact, they're looking at raising interest rates probably by Q4 of 2024. This is how that information moves, right? And again, this is why I want these associates. I want these girls. What did this guy say? That's that guy right there. He owns this, and this. What is he doing with his businesses? And they'll give you that information. And thank you, brother D-Mac. D-Mac's in the building, like JP Morgan. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm getting it mixed up. Brother Pablo is like, yeah, I'm disabled, so it's okay with me, paying for it. Not now, but back then. That's what's up, bro. Like I said, man, I don't judge nobody, man. Everybody's game is their game. I just, like I said, be careful when it comes to marrying and then signing a legal contract that, you wind up losing a bunch of stuff. And he was also in the mafia. Oh, that thing about yeah. I never knew about the Joe Comfort guy. I know that there's stuff out there about him. I just haven't followed it. But and as far as the Mustang Ranch goes, like if I'm going to rent the Foxy Brown, yeah, I'm not going to the Mustang Ranch, bro. I'm not going to do that. I want the best of the best. You know what I mean? That might mean taking a trip. Or there are always platforms where you can get access to the top tier. That's what I would do. But yeah, I saw people telling about the Mustang Ranch, and they were showing me, some of the women that work there, and I'm like, oh no, I wouldn't be there. I wouldn't be there. So yeah, that was dude talking about the stripper index, and I just thought it was like crazy. So this next one is going to be Valuetainment, which if you guys haven't subscribed to Valuetainment, as Patrick Bet-David and his whole thing, man, go check them out. Definitely on the conservative side, definitely have some Trumpers over there. They're definitely on the Trump bandwagon now. Before they were 100% Ron DeSantis. I mean, it is what it is. I like watching Valuetainment. I've met Patrick Bet-David. I've met Adam Sosnick. I've known Vincent Oshana for years. He's a comedian. We were out in LA together, like doing shows and whatnot. So I'm definitely all in. I've never met Tom, their financial guy. I've never met Tom. Even the times I've been down, dude just wasn't around. But like, yeah, much respect to PBD. Like I said, guy, United States Army veteran, man. He was air assault. Shout out to him. Pretty sure that the base Oracle has something to say smart about Army and air assault and all that, but we'll deal with that later. It's crazy Marines out there, but yeah, I got a lot of respect for PBD. So they have, let's pull this up, and they were talking about Middle America destroyed. Sex workers feel the effects of inflation as client numbers dwindle. I was like, okay, I saw these 2 videos. I'm like, man, I've been talking about this stuff months ago. So let's see what they have to say about this. Brother Pitney was like, your guy Peter Schiff made an appearance on PBD show. Yes, he did. That was almost, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I haven't even finished watching all of it yet. You know what I mean? I've been trying to catch up on it. Yes. Yes, they had Peter Schiff on there. I've been talking to Fresh about some ideas for maybe their Money Mondays. I did drop a couple suggestions as far as who to bring on, and Peter Schiff was one of the names that I threw out there. I'm always trying to add value to those people that I rock with in whatever way, shape, or form that I can. Like a lot of people, like even Base Oracle, he asked me like, "Well, aren't you like part of their operation? You on the payroll?" I'm like, "No, I'm just a supporter. I rock with those guys, and I like a lot of what I see." So there's a lot of stuff there that I don't like, but there's a lot of stuff that I do like. So I'm always trying to be supportive, and I'm always trying to add value. Same with Valuetainment. And yeah, you're gonna definitely see me, as the years go on, trying to really connect with and collab with PBD and Sosnick and all the rest of them. And those it's one of those things about Patrick Bet David. I want to say this, and then we'll get into the video. This guy really came up from nothing. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware of his story. Refugee from Iran. His family fled when the Shah fell. He was, as a young kid, like in Germany in refugee camps, and then they were able to legally come to the United States. They waited in line. They did what they had to do. It took years. Legally got to the United States. And then they weren't rich when they got here. Like, Patrick Bet David's dad had to work in the hood. And his mom's was there in the house, and he took care of business, kept his nose clean for the most part. Managed to get through high school, joined the United States Army. And like, here's a guy is like, people say what they want to say about Patrick Bet David. It was like, bro, he joined the United States Army. He did his thing, got out of the military, was trying to make it work in civilian life. It got to a point where he was ready to go back into the United States Army. He was going to make a career of it. But before he went in, he took a test and wound up getting into the insurance business. And then he just took off from there. And even in the insurance business, he was telling his story like, bro, it wasn't straight to the top, man. He had problems. Like, it was up times, down times. Like, he had some real problems in the streets doing his thing. And he was able to ride that out. He was able to gain the knowledge. He was able to build businesses. And here he is. The rest is history. Like, the dude is, papered up, doing his thing. He's a minority owner of the New York Yankees. For all those people that says that he's a bad guy, like, the Yankees are not going to let bad people, I don't think, get involved in their organization. I just don't think that. I'm pretty sure there's a hardcore vetting process. He got through that. It is what it is. There are people out there that don't like him. There's people out there that call him a scammer. It is what it is. Right. But I met the guy. He's a cool dude. The way he is on cameras, the way he is off camera, great conversation. I can't say anything other than that, man. He was a cool dude. I had it is what it is. The guys seen my, text. I used to send us super chats and stuff like that. He remembered me from the super chats, and his team knows me. I'm cool with people on the team, and I'm just going to try to continue to work and push forward. And, it'll be great to be able to, collab and maybe do some stuff with Valuetainment. Right. So that's it. That's my free that's my free plug for Valuetainment. You know what I mean? Damn, I said, you know what I mean again. That's my free plug for Valuetainment. Hopefully there are people that see it. They gave me a hat. They gave me a hat. It was on one of the episodes. It was one of those, hey, if someone sends in a super chat, we'll give you a hat or whatever. I sent in a super chat and they sent me the hat. So yeah, it is what it is. Brother Pablo was saying Fresh buys too many high class cars. Hope he's also investing. I'm sure Myron gets him to invest. Yeah, Fresh hasn't bought any of those cars, bro. He leases those things. That's all a lease play. He's talked about that before. And he's also working with someone, and I think they rent those cars out. So it's like a business move, but he does like high-end cars. He does have a real estate portfolio. And they've talked about it, like, they're okay. Like, both of them put money away. They got nice portfolios. They're working with other people, but he loves fast cars and faster women. It is what it is. Jay Swans is in the building. What's good, bro? What's good, bro? Hey, man, did you see that text I sent you, man? We got another one asking about ATC, bro. So, shout out to you, man. For those out there, man, like, you know, the Federal Aviation Administration is looking to hire air traffic controllers. No experience necessary. Unfortunately, it's too late to apply for the latest bid, which is like the job opening, but there will be another one next year. Go check out the videos on this platform about how to be an air traffic controller, how to apply. You can start on that now so you're prepared when it rolls around next year. They give a very narrow window when they announce they're going to do this thing. No experience necessary, all paid training. Once you're done, if you make it through, wherever you land as an air traffic controller, you will be making $100,000. Wherever you wind up, no matter how small the airport is, you will be making $100,000. I haven't seen anybody make less than that. So with differential pays and all that, Jay Swans and I talk about that in the video. Go watch the videos. We have at least 3 of them out there. Go out there and watch those videos. We talk about how to apply. In fact, it was episode 245, I think, somewhere around there, episode 245, 243, something in there. It's about being an air traffic controller. That was over a year ago. Go watch that video. We go through it. We bring up pages. We go through it. We go through things step by step. You know, go check that out. You want to change your life, become an air traffic controller. It takes a little bit of work, but once you get in there, bro, I'm telling you, it changed my life, changed his life. Yep, there he is. He's like, yep, he saw it. Life changes. Like, brother D-Mac DL, you have the ability to be larger than Fresh and Fit. Hey, thank you, brother. I hope so, man. I hope so. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you. We're just gonna keep rocking it out. We're gonna see where it goes. We're gonna see where it goes, man. I'm not trying to go out here and be decisive. I'm not trying to go out here and look for drama. You know what I mean? I ain't running from it neither, but I want to encourage people to think. I want to try to help as many people as we can. You know, that air traffic control thing is life changing. All these guys out here and they want to invest in NFTs or whatever, or they want to get their, you know, do their fitness companies, or they're going to, whatever they're going to do, you know, they're going to get their OF management company off the ground. I'm like, bro, don't pass up this opportunity. You got an opportunity to make $100,000 a year plus for the next 25, 30 years. You got to take that. And you can still go do all those other things you think you might want to go do. So we're going to keep doing that, man. Thank you so much. It was like Saint needs a Fresh, man. I'm you know, we'll see, man. I'm trying to, you know, we're trying to figure it out. You know, if I can find you know, if I can find a cool female who's down and we kind of click and kind of works out, maybe we can do that. You know, I would definitely like to get to the point where we're starting to bring in some income and we can invest and actually do some live shows. I think the live shows tend to do better. So you can see me and a co-host, be a female. We could talk about stuff. It's in the works, guys. It's in the works. I'm working on it. Trust me, I am working on it. We're going to continue to grow and just see how it goes. And, you know, my big thing is I want to get to live events. I want to get to live events that will include, you know, imagine a 2-day event where we do kind of like a TED Talk thing where we bring in people and kind of talk about all that. And then the next day we'll do a comedy show. So we have like a TED Talk thing, or maybe we do, you know what, even better. We'll do like a TED Talk thing early, like, you know, afternoon into the early evening. And then everyone comes back and we do like a blowout comedy show. That's, you know, I mean, be looking for that. That's what I'm trying to get to. We can get to that. Or maybe, you know, some variant of that, like maybe a live show. We're on stage doing just a regular show, taking comments and questions from the audience, looking at super chats and all that kind of stuff. And then when that's over, we bring the comics out and then, you know, do a proper comedy show, man. So that's what I'm hoping to get to. You know, if we're lucky and if we work hard enough, bro, we put in the work, we might be able to get that done by like Q2 of next year. Like, wouldn't that be nice? Q2, Q3 of 2025, we can have that live event where we're bringing out these folks. So, just so you guys know, that's where my mind is. That's what's on the vision board. That's where we're trying to go. And it'll be definitely great. If we do something like that, man, I think we'll all have a lot of fun. People get to come together. Folks will be dressed up. Like, you know, we can tell them, like, hey, don't come in here, you know, half step. You know, look your best now. Come in here, look like a grown up. And of course, there'll be a bunch of beautiful women there. So we'll see. We'll see. And who knows, Brother Pablo, it might be on the West Coast. We might get to a point where we'll do one on the West Coast. We'll do one in flyover country somewhere. Then we'll do one here on the East Coast. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll do, wouldn't it be nice if we get to that part where we could do 3 live events a year? That would be maybe 4, do 1 a quarter. That will be live, but that would take a lot of commitment. both financial commitment and just hard work. Finding the teams, finding the correct teams, and getting it all off the ground. That stuff ain't cheap, but the payout can be really, really great. And you know what? The bottom line will be helping people. So that's what we're working on, bro. You know what I mean? Jay Swan's like, I'm gonna coke through in a hoodie and cargo. Oh, he's gonna come through in a hoodie and cargo shorts. That's because you know what? He will for part of that. But when I'm like, yo, bro, you got to actually come speak on stuff, because Jay Swans has done a lot. This man's done a lot. Oh, a lot. And then, I can't wait till we get to a point where he can come up and actually talk about his experience and how he did it. And he did it the right way. Man, shout out to my man, Jay Swans. He did it the right way. So if he want to wear his hoodie and his cargo pants, fine. The rest of us will be dressed up there looking good, man. I'll be talking big shit to him. Now I can talk shit to him, y'all. Y'all better not. Y'all talk shit with me. Y'all better be ready. Y'all better be ready, because I can, but I wouldn't recommend y'all doing it. But it is what it is. That's my brother right there, man. One more shout out to my brother. So he's like a solid production in studio, and you won't remember us little folks. That is not true, my brother. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, man. You can ask anybody to know me. I am not that guy, bro. You will definitely be able to get a hold of me. Everybody with wrenches and stuff now, you will definitely be able to get a hold of me. It is what it is. D-Mac ain't got no. How come D-Mac ain't got no wrench? I don't know what the hell. I am not that dude. I am not that dude. I'm sorry. I ain't never been that dude. Like, the only way I ain't gonna mess with you is you done did something I just can't rock with. Then I'll let you know, like, I can't fuck with you no more, bro. But outside of that, just because I done made a little bit of something, I'm out here riding around in whatever vehicle I want. I'm out here riding in the 8 Series or riding around in the Aston Martin and doing my thing. Nah, bro, you always gonna have access to me because you was with me in the basement. I tell this to everybody. If you with me in the basement and we building, right? When we get to the penthouse, bro, you there with me. I ain't tripping. Oh, you here, brother D-Mac here? His wife is here. Come on, man. We finna go to dinner, man. Come meet us come meet us over here. Come meet us over there. You with us. But don't wait for me to don't let me build it now. No, you can't jump on when I'm in the penthouse. You can't come along talking about, hey, I'm with you. Like, nah, bro. Nah, you gotta be with me in the basement, homie. When I get to the penthouse, you with me. You know what I mean? Don't be sitting around here waiting until I get to the penthouse and then try to jump in there. Nah. I can't do that. So nah, bro. Trust what I say. Nah, I got you. I got you. Like I said, it might be something as simple as, hey, man, we finna go to dinner, man. You know what time we're about to go to Mr. Child's, man. Come through. Pull up. You and the wife, man. We got you. Simple as that. Simple as that. Right? So, like I said, we got big ideas, man. I am not going to forget y'all, bro. Trust me. Trust me. And if I do, feel free to smack me in the head, bro. I ain't going to forget about you. Because Jay Swans won't let me. How about that? My cousins won't let me. Man, they was there with you in the beginning, man. What's wrong with you, bro? You know better. My people won't let me. And this is why you got to have solid people around you. You got to have people that going to keep you grounded, man. You're going to have people that's going to sit there and let you know when you're wrong. Now, I might be wrong, and we know they still going to rock with me, but they going to tell me, you're wrong, right? You shouldn't be doing that, right? And it's like, damn, you're right. My brother just got on me the other day. You're wrong. You need to be doing this, man. Broke it all the way down. I was like, y'all better sit there and listen. There wasn't no sitting there making excuses and this and that. Well, I got this and that. Nope. I just sit there and listen. I'm like, you're right. You're absolutely right. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix that ASAP. I'm going to fix that right now. Right? That's all I can say. This is why you have those people around you, man. This is why you got to surround yourself with real ones. Not the phonies, not the fakes, man. You got to surround yourself with the real ones. You don't want the people who with you when it's all sunny and nice outside. You want the people who with you in the rain and the mud. Me and Jay Swans, man, we done chewed on dirt from all over the world, all in South Korea somewhere dealing with nonsense. South Carolina North Carolina dealing with nonsense. Down in Florida getting shot at doing hurricane relief. You know what I mean? We done been around the world together, man. He done seen me at my absolute worst. I done seen him in his absolute worst. We still rocking. That's what you need around you. That's one you gotta have that, man. That's one of the pillars you gotta have to be successful, in my opinion, man. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? Remember that. Your day ones, Your day ones is down to get, put in the work, bro. You need them people. You need them people. I gotta tell my people, like, nah, it's cool. That's chill out. Chill out. You know what I mean? I was telling Jay Swan, I was like, yeah, man, it's this dude out here, man. Based Oracle, whatever, man. Boy, we went through it, bro. It was like, bro, it was real, man. We had to talk off camera, bro. I was ready to go pull up. And he was like, when we leaving? I was like, no. We cool. Like, we cool. We ain't got to go nowhere. He's like, what's up? When we leaving? You know where he at? Like, yeah, I know where the city at. But nah, it ain't like that, man. I respect him. We came to common ground. We were able to talk off camera, man to man. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. Just let you know. Just let me know. And I'm the same way with Jay Swans. Same way with my people. Word? Where they at? That's what you need with you. That's what you need. If I'd have been like, yo, let's go right now, Jay Swan's like, I'll meet you at the airport. Or better yet, I'll drive the first leg. I'm gonna drive the first half, you drive the second half. You know what I mean? We could be there in 17 hours, be there in 12 hours. So it is what it is. Jay Swan's been down since he was drinking that Irk and Jerk. Yeah, bro, been down since the Boone's Farm days, bro. We used to get Boone's Farm, and then we would go into 7-Eleven to get like a slushy, those little slushy things. And man, oh my God, it was horrible. We want to talk about a cheap drink. And then we was doing E&J, drinking E&J. Oh, bro. Yeah, man, we put our bodies through it, man. We didn't know what we was doing. We was kids. We had to get with the older soldiers, and they had to teach us how to drink. That's when we discovered cognac. Nah, bro, what is this? Throw that out, man. Let me get you some yak. They had to show us how to make the drinks. We didn't know how to make the drinks, bro. We just pouring it in there and drinking. They're like, oh God, what are y'all doing? Show you how to make this, right? Shout out to our brother Mo, man. Shout out to Bravo Company, First 58th. You know what I mean? Airborne. Shout out to them for teaching us what we didn't know. All right, now I'm done reminiscing. I done went way off on the tangent, y'all. But that is really important what I just talked about, man. You gotta have your day ones. You gotta have those people that are down, like your homeboys. You gotta have your dudes and your women that are down. And it can be hard to find, bro. You know what I mean? Especially as we get older. All my people that's down with me been down with me for at least 30 years plus. The vast majority of them, man, were in the sandbox with me. That's how far I go back. So, like, it is what it is, man. And never, ever, ever blow them off, bro. They tell you something, listen. You sit there and listen. I don't care how you feeling. Your people come to you, sit your ass down and start telling you about you. You better listen. Because all they thinking about is you. They love you. They don't care about none of that other shit. They gonna tell you, you wrong. Now you want to go over here and trust me. Been in them situations. Like, look, you want to run up on these people, man. You want to crack some heads, man. That's fine. But I'm just letting you know, they ain't did nothing wrong. You wrong for this. Now we go over here and handle this business, but you wrong. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm just letting you know you wrong. Right? And you still want to go do it? Let's go do it. Let's go right now. Right? Or do you want some time to think about this? Them your people. You know what I'm saying? Them your people, Brother D Mac. You have real life, really experience, and it shows a lot of YouTubers have not lived enough for me to listen. Yeah, it shows a lot of YouTubers have not lived enough to listen to. You're right, man. They are not genuine. They're not. They just haven't done anything. They ain't been outside. 100%, bro. So like I said, man, you kicked off this tangent, bro. No, I'm not going to forget the little people. Y'all ain't little people. Y'all, my people. You know what I'm saying? And as we grow, it's going to be less folks. Y'all see I'm giving out these wrenches now. At some point, I'm going to stop. At some point, I'm going to stop. It's going to be hard to get that. It just makes it easier for me to go right through. Like, okay, my day ones, they all got wrenches. Sister Candace, we haven't had Sister Candace over here in a long time, right? She's still on Fresh and Fit doing her thing. She's still my day one, right? When we start doing our stuff, man, I just got nothing but love for Sister Candace. Come through. What's good, sis? Hey, it's all good. Ain't nobody tripping. My day ones are my day ones. I don't care if you're on here every day, or I don't care if you come over here once a year. You still my day one. That's why I do that. That's why we got these wrenches, right? That's what it's about. Helps me. Like, okay, I got you. So when I go ahead and put my list together and I start sending out my thanks, you know what I mean? Stuff just show up. Like, I sent something to you. Did you get it? Like, yeah, you don't have to do that. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. We gonna share the wealth. I did have to do that. We got Brother Flow State popping in the building. What's good, fam? Good to see you, Flow State, man. When you was talking about the 3 minutes to get the class to class, you know, I was thinking about that last night, bro. I was thinking about that last night. I was trying to get on you. I was trying to get on board with what you were saying. And I'm like, I just couldn't. I was like, all right, well, maybe we go from 3 minutes to 5 minutes to get from class to class. But I do believe that we got to get these children a sense of responsibility and urgency. You got to get there and be there on time. But what you said made a lot of sense to me though, bro, because we're not teaching them wisdom. We're not teaching them to think. We're just teaching them to do stuff because they're told. We're just, what I mean? Like we're trying to make them into androids or something. I'm using poor words to kind of paraphrase what you were saying. And I was like, okay, I believe what you're saying there. I'm with that part. But I'm like, nah, man, the kids, man, they got to do as they told. You know what I mean? I do believe in that too. They gotta do that, man. But I was trying hard. That's why I wasn't saying nothing last night, man. I was listening. I was like, man, I went to sleep thinking about that, bro. I went to sleep thinking about that, man. He was like, I know you grunts love being disciplined. Yeah, you know what I mean? We do. We do, man. Time means something, bro. So I was thinking, I was like, I don't know about that. And for guys wondering what we're talking about, I was on Base Oracle's podcast last night, just up on the panel. We were talking about the education system, and we're talking about, hey, if it were up to us, how would we change America for the better or whatever? And that's one of the subtopics that came up. Again, shout out to Flow State, man. Appreciate you. He was like, yeah, Tomato wasn't buying it either. Yeah, at all. And I had to go. I'm going to be on her podcast tonight at 9:00 Eastern time, 9:15ish Eastern time. She's going to do a proper interview and ask me a whole bunch of questions about me, and we're going to have a good talk. So if y'all ain't doing something, man, Raging Tomato tonight, 9:15 Eastern time, I'm going to be over there. And it's going to be fun. And this is where we made all our new friends. You know what I mean? So good to see you, brother Flow State. So let's get in. We're going to talk about Patrick Bet-David, Valuetainment. This is the PBD podcast. Middle America destroyed. Sex workers feel the effects of inflation as client numbers dwindle. Not just sex workers. I think we're all feeling it, especially at the pump and in the grocery store. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's check this out.
Here's the article from New York Post. Sex workers complain. Here's the article from New York Post. Sex workers complain. Sales are down as inflation continues to pound the economy.
Yep.
Can you show up New York Post logo at the top so they can see it? So that's from New York Post. How long ago is that, by the way?
That was an inflation report in third quarter.
Wow.
And it's getting even worse. Yep. So inflation has been pounding the economy, and sex workers are saying it's more expensive for them as well.
Let me go into the inflation story here. So high inflation is costing Americans an extra $1,000 a month, an extra $1,000 a month. This is from Fox Business. Americans are facing significant financial strain due to high inflation, with households needing to pay an extra $227 a month compared to a year ago, totaling $1,069 more than 3 years ago. Before an inflation crisis began, according to Moody's Analytics chief economist Mark Zandi, the consumer price index rose by 0.4% in March compared to the previous month, with price climbing to 3.5% from the same time last year, significantly above the 3.2% figure ahead in February, exacerbating financial pressures on households, especially low-income earners. Housing and gasoline costs were primary drivers of inflation in March, with rents up 5.7% from previous year and gasoline prices up 1.7% during the month. Food prices also saw a 0.1 increase, contributing to a 1.2% rise from previous year and a staggering 21% increase since January of 2021, since Biden's been president. Wow.
Yeah, and then we get into that part. Like, oh, it's Biden's fault. Biden inherited this, bro. It's Biden and Trump's fault, in my opinion. They both spent the same amount of money. The reason we're doing with inflation is all because of all the stimmy money that both of them did. You know, Trump shut down the economy, and then did stimmy money because, again, I don't think he did that with malicious intent, I don't think he was being an evil genius or whatever, trying to hurt America. He did it because his people said this is the best move. They were dealing with something that they didn't know how to deal with or whatever. So he did it. Biden comes in and continues that. More stimmy money, and then continues, let's keep it slow. Let's, instead of just, okay, let's open up everything. But they don't know, let's still keep things closed or whatever. Again, I don't think he did it to be malicious or evil. It was just a bad call, in my opinion. Now, looking back on it, it was a bad call, obviously. But to say, again, this is my thing about this election cycle. Donald Trump and Joe Biden are the reasons the pain is here, bro. Those are the two dudes. Trump inherited a really good economy coming in, when he came in. He inherited, coming in behind Obama. Things were going good. Biden inherited the stuff that Trump did. If Trump gets reelected, he's going to be inheriting the stuff that Biden did again, which again started with him. So it's like, bro, these are the two dudes that we have to choose from are the two dudes that cause the biggest problem. It just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. Brother Jack Black, what's good, man? I see you tonight. You know what I'm saying? One of the new Templars in the building, bro. Like the new Templars, y'all. We're gonna be doing some big stuff. Well, we're gonna try to go real hard over the next year and a half with new Templars, trying to build that out. Just a group of noble men coming together, trying to be a force in the community, not just here in Central Florida. This is just a start. We want to branch out and hit everywhere. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, bad advisors, bro. Bad advisors. But, at the end of the day, man, the buck stops with you. If you're in command, you still got to give the orders. And if it doesn't work, that's on you, bro. You don't get to sit there and point, oh, my advisors gave me bad intel. Still, it's on you, man. Jay Swan's like, damn, Biden driving up the prices of gas. The Foxy Brown, if the Foxy Brown is too much, and y'all better start for that Lindsay Lohan instead. Yeah, but hey, man, it is what it is. It's all the elected officials, right? The Senate, the House, the executive branch, the White House, all that stuff, man. They're all in cahoots. It's just, you just can't keep doing what they're doing with money and running up the debt. You just can't keep doing it. At some point, it's going to be a problem. And we're reaching that point. It is what it is. We're reaching that point. What are we going to do? We're going to vote in the very two dudes. We're going to vote in one of the guys who screwed it up in the first place.
So that means if you were making $100,000 a year in 2021, you need to make $121,000 a year to be able to maintain the same exact lifestyle just in that period, which is 3 years. Tom, thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, let me do some math. Let's do fun with math again, but this is no fun for the consumer. $1,069, I did the calculation in most U.S. states, leaving out New York and California, because this would be even worse, is $12,500 pre-tax. So you need $12,500 more.
That's right. Good point.
So 3 years ago to now, you would need $12,500 a year, and then you do tax on it, it's almost $15,000. So that means if you didn't get a $15,000 raise, that after taxes is just $12,500, so you can have that $1,069 a month, then you are behind. So all the headlines about, oh, the stock market's up, Magnificent Seven, S&P, oh, this is good, inflation's down. The long-term effect on people has been catastrophic. And if you're going to read the headlines and make your decision when you go in the voting booth, you need to take a look at the cumulative impact of the Bidenomics to you and ask yourself, what do I want? And the cumulative impact around the world. But right now, this inflation, this is real. And recently, they were having headlines. People saw PPI. You know what PPI is, ladies and gentlemen? I saw that headline was on like Yahoo News, as everybody knows. It stands for Producer Price Index. So let's just think, Producer Price Index. Producers are people that make things, like Nike that makes shoes. And so what do they pay more for all of the fabric and everything that goes into a shoe and the cardboard box? That is the inflation hitting them. When producer prices go up, you can set your watch for 90 days later, those products go up. And so basically, inflation continues to go up. So Americans are looking for second jobs, looking for hustles, side hustles, and are looking for ever more ways to see if they can trim the budget or save a few bucks or find lower cost alternatives in an economy that is biting them hard.
Adam.
Now, when you run the numbers, like again, like as Jay Swans gets on me all the time, like, man, you're listening to me YouTube people, man, they're basing this stuff off of mainstream publications. This Tom guy, he's an economist. He knows what he's doing. Businessman. He's doing his thing. Patrick Bet-David, multimillionaire, almost billionaire, right? So they're having this conversation, but there are people out there like Danielle DiMartino Booth. She's out there on Fox Business every day now talking about this. They got talking heads are like, yeah, man, like this is bad. This is hurting. Like the economy is jacked up right now. you know, that part when Tom was saying, oh, Americans are going out there trying to find second jobs. Bullshit, bro. They've been having second jobs. You know what I mean? It just, there's people got 2 jobs in a side hustle, man. Mom and dad. We're at a point where I believe it's like, all right, here comes the pain. Here comes the pain. It is what it is. There's no getting around it. America is hooked on cash. America is hooked on credit. And now it ain't no more credit. You ain't getting no more dope. So you're going to get sick, right? If you got a drug fiend out there and they can't get their product, they can't get that Heron, they can't get that Fent, whatever it is they own, they can't, if you're a raging alcoholic and you can't get that alcohol, what happens? Your body gets sick. They call, man, I'm sick, man, I'm hurting. That's where we at. America's a dope fiend when it comes to money, man. They're dope fiend, and the drug of choice is credit. It's cash. They're out here spending money we ain't got. Now, the money ain't there no more. Ain't no more cheap money. And everybody getting sick. We're gonna have to get sick. It's what it boils down to. There's no other way around it. We're gonna have to go through it, man. Cold turkey. Like the worst kind. Like, oh my God, America finna go through rehab. Now this could happen. Jerome Powell might get way too much pressure from the White House and from the 1% and if senators and stuff like that and elected officials, and he might go ahead and drop the interest rates. And then inflation is going to go through the roof, and it's going to be paying that way. More inflation. So, okay, we got more money, but it doesn't matter. It can't keep up with inflation. And that's what they're talking about. Inflation is the problem. The purchasing power. George Gammon talks about purchasing power. Purchasing power is the problem. It doesn't matter how much money you are making, right? It costs more money to buy basic stuff. So, okay, I'm going to give you a 15% raise, but inflation has gone up by 25%. You still underwater. That's the thing. You know what I mean? That's the thing, my brother Jay Swan. I got to stop drinking and typing, but Johnny Blue is just so smooth to put down. Yeah, man, just don't drink my cognac, bro. I know you got my XO up there, man. Let's just say it's on my XO, man. As soon as me get out of school, as soon as my daughter is summer starts, man, I got to come up there, bro. Still want to fire this M14. You know, I ain't fired I haven't fired this M14. I haven't fired this 6.5 Creedmoor, bro. What's up? When we going to the range? You got an outdoor range for us, man? And because I know the AR is up there. I got the AK here and the shotgun. So I definitely just want to bring out the 6.5 Creedmoor and the M14. I want to use mine because last time we went, it was your M14 that we were using. I want to use mine. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, let's make that happen, man. Probably in 3 weeks. My daughter's out in 2 weeks. So yeah, let's go up there in 3 weeks. But yeah, man, like people don't like to hear this stuff, but it's just like, hey, bro, like it's coming. it's slowly coming. It's slowly coming. More regional banks are gonna probably go under and probably get bought out by some other banks or whatever. I don't know how many, but we're gonna talk about that too, probably over the weekend. It's a lot of regional banks out here in trouble, bro. Right. And again, you're looking at Trump and you're looking at Biden. Both of these guys, in my opinion, are equally responsible for the pain that we're feeling right now. It boggles the mind. Like, you guys want to bring in the dude who shut the economy down in the first place? You want to bring in the dude who was, spending money like a blind sailor in the first place? And then the second guy came in and was starting to spend almost the exact same amount of money. And then he wants to find even more money to forgive people's student loans. He wants to get more money for this and more money for that. What? If Biden gets a second term, bro, or if Trump went, what can the president do, right, with runaway inflation? It's nothing he can do. Like, the government needs to stop bailing out the private sector, the banking sector, the 1%. Need to stop doing it. We just need to stop doing it. And if we don't, we're going to get to a point where the whole world's going to have a reset. And again, people talk to me about this. Well, America's going to fall and then there's going to be another, currency is going to take over. No, it's not. Everybody's tied to the dollar. If we fall, they fall. And trust me, we'll recover faster. So, I mean, it's just going to be a lot of pain. It's going to get hard out here. And who is it going to hurt? It's going to hurt the people at the bottom. It's going to hurt the people who are most vulnerable. That's who it's going to hurt. You know what I mean? Brother Jay Swan is like, no doubt, same spots before. got him new goodies and a bunch of ammo. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Let's make it happen, man. In a few weeks, man. I gotta get up there, man. I ain't seen y'all in a minute anyway. Probably just spend the night or whatever, and deal with y'all crazy friends up in that clubhouse. Brother Jack Black. At least one wasn't funding foreign wars. LOL. I mean, but here's the thing, though, man. Like, and that money, I don't even think that money really just drops in the bucket as well. It just drops in the bucket. I hear you. And a lot of people are talking about that, like the whole foreign wars in America's sticking its nose in places it doesn't need to be. And you look at what's going on in Ukraine, you look at what's going on in Gaza, and all this other kind of stuff. Man, I feel you. I hear you. But the big problem is runaway inflation. That's the big problem. The regional banks are in trouble, right? They're in trouble. Just keep watching that NYCB bank. We were talking about that earlier in the week. Keep your eye on NYCB, right? Republic First already went under. Keep your eye on NYCB. That's all I want to say about that, brother Pitney. If America is a dope fiend and money is dope, then the big banks are the dealers. Facts. That's there the plug, bro. The big banks are the plug. The government are the dealers. Right? The government is, bro. Jerome Powell is the kingpin. He's Colombia. He's Mexico. He's the cartel. Right? Giving his dope to the banks. The banks are the plugs, bro. You know what I mean? The banks are the plug. And they getting that dope to the streets. And they got their street workers out there. They out there cranking. But absolutely, I'm with you on that, man. America is hooked on that dope, and that dope is credit. Point blank, period. You don't have to shut it off. Okay, now you can't get that dope. America's about to be sick. You know what I mean? Brother Jay Swan's like, yo, I meant to tell you, them fools you met up here all added that yak to their bars. Oh, for me, word, they all got that yak on there. I can't wait to get up there. It's like they all wanted me to let you know. I got to come up there and drink me some cognac then. I got to come up there and bring me some cognac. And I got some nice wines here for their wives. I never come empty-handed. I got some nice wine down here too. So when I come up there, bro, yes. Yeah, that's what's up. Because I went up there with Jay Swan's people, man, they were offering me drinks. And I'm like, well, yeah, I drink cognac or whatever. No one had any cognac, right? Imagine that. Ain't nobody had no cognac. Well, y'all ain't never talked to no black folk. How come you ain't got no cognac up in here? I was going to take the scooter, the golf cart, and go back over to Jay Swan's house just to get me a bottle. And they were like, nope. So Jay Swan's is saying they all went out and bought cognac. All of them, like 4 or 5 of his friends. You know what I mean? They all bought cognac, and they got cognac in the house just for me. They're like, we ain't going to bring him up here so he can drink some of this cognac. So look, I'm going to be up there in 3 weeks, bro. As soon as you get out of school, bro, I'm coming up there, man. That's what's up, man. Thank them for me, bro. I appreciate that, man. See how people treat you, man, when you act right, y'all. When you act right, people treat you right. Let's continue with the video.
Hard. There you go, Tom. Well, you teed it up with sort of the pounding of the economy and the strippers and all that. There's actually some truth to that story. I know we're kind of joking, but some may say that it's not economists who know what's going to happen in the economy. It is actually the sex workers and the strippers, because they are the boots on the ground, so to speak, of what is known as discretionary income. If you have extra money in your pocket, you might go spend a little bit more at the gentleman's club or at the library. At Shaq and Dylan like to hang out. That's right. Great callback there. Comedy right there. But that is true that strippers sort of are economic indicators of discretionary spending. What I will say about the Biden administration at this point is one could say that inflation is not cooling down, but wars are certainly heating up. But it's not just immune to what's going on in America.
What are we going to see with this article? I'm actually curious.
Yeah, well, if you look at the countries all around the world, the inflation is not just here in America. We know that that's sort of the obvious, but America actually has recovered pretty well based on the rest of the world here.
Adam, what am I seeing with this article?
Well, if Rob would scroll down, we'll probably see it. So here's some of the countries that are with the highest inflation at this point. Zimbabwe, I think it's.
So as you guys can tell, Adam is always like the resident liberal slant Democrat or whatever, although he is leaning towards, his conservative brothers and sisters at this point because he's not happy with the current administration. Makes sense. Adam is cool people, man. I done met him and I broke bread with him, man. But yeah, he likes to blah, 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 blah. He really does, bro. But the dude knows what he's doing with women. And like, not only are sex workers and strippers a canary in the coal mine when it comes to discretionary spending, managers of nightclubs, right? So when you're looking at bottle sales, bottle service, who's coming out, what how much money we're making at the bar, those numbers are going down too. So it's harder for people to get, their big whales into the nightclubs in Miami and Atlanta, in DC and New York and LA, Vegas, right? You can start to look at the kind of money that they're bringing in. And it's like, all right, man, we're losing money at the bar. We're selling less bottles. Okay, well, let's lower prices. Let's do drink specials. Let's do buy one, get one, or buy one, get, buy a bottle, get a bottle half off or something like that, because they're trying to encourage people to come out and spend. So all those professions are, like, in my opinion, canaries in the coal mine, because this discretionary funds, bro, you're not going out. I don't even go out. Well, the reason I'm not even going out much is my favorite place closed down. They closed down and they transformed into a lounge, a straight lounge, just like a restaurant, as opposed to a bar, club sort of thing. I used to go there every Friday, either Friday or Saturday. I used to go there once a week, go down there and hang out. But I don't really go anywhere. I might go to a cigar bar every now and then. I'm just not going out. Right. I'm not going out. Like it's become a little bit too expensive. It's like, well, I really want to build and I want to invest in this. So if I'm investing in this, I don't have the extra discretionary funds to go out and hang out and do whatever. If I'm going out, it is so I can network for this. So people aren't going out, man. People are going out. They're not buying bottles. Maybe they went from buying get 2 bottles. Now they're like, okay, get 1 bottle. Now they're coming in. They don't even want a bottle. Hey, you want your section? No, I'm good. I'm just going to get a drink at the bar and whatever. I'm going to go sit at so-and-so section. Like, I'm going to go to Miami. I'm going to sit at Fresh's section. And maybe I'll just, give a little bit on the bottle. But people like Fresh, they're getting comped the bottles anyway. So like, I'm going to sit in his section, maybe put a little something on the tip. But you going to get a bottle? Nah, I ain't buying a bottle, bro. I'm not doing that. And instead of going out to instead of going to Mr. Child's and Carbone's and Sexy Fish, in a 2-day period, I might just go to one restaurant for the whole weekend. I'm gonna go to one nice restaurant and then, just kind of go to like the regular mom and pops to save that money. So this is the beginning of what's to come. Canaries in the coal mine.
It's like 500% ridiculous. Venezuela, Sudan, Turkey. But if you go down to the fuller list, you'll see where America stands in its place in the world. Rob, go up just a second so you can see what it is. Top 10 countries with the lowest inflation rates at this point. So America, if you believe the numbers, is sitting at 3.7%. Okay, compared to the rest of the world. Here's China, somehow not even at 0%.
Yeah, who believes that?
Can't believe the data that comes out of China. But yes, there's a lot of people that are feeling the price of inflation in America.
And they say China is actually dealing with deflation, but you can't believe the numbers that the CCP puts out there. China's having all kind of problems, y'all. All kind of problems.
I feel like I just had a flashback to a week and a half ago. The cumulative inflation rate over the last 3 years is killing the American middle class. And you can look at it right now and say, is it good that inflation is down? Well, it's good that it's down, but it's not as low as it needs to be. And the cumulative effect over 3 years is pretty bad. And so that's what this article is talking about, Adam. People, save that money. You need more money to save the money. And these poor people are now $1,100 a month, a freaking month, 15 grand a year before taxes, worse off than they were, 3 years ago. That's pretty harsh. So it's good to look out there and say, wow, you know what? The inflation rate is down when I'm eating ramen noodles and I've got major U.S. companies suggesting I have cereal for freaking dinner.
Well, here's the question, I guess. And this is genuine.
Did we talk about my tweet at Mark Cuban or no? I don't think we have, right? Because it just happened. Can you pull up Twitter and go to the tweet from Mark Cuban?
I loved this tweet.
Can you go up? Bill Ackman says, go a little lower, Rob, because this kind of goes with what you're talking about here. Go a little lower. I think you'll see when it comes up to Mark Cuban, it should be somewhere around here. Maybe you crossed it, Rob. Maybe you did not. I don't know. It's right there. Is it Mark Cuban? Yeah. So first go to his tweet, okay? And let me read. Oh, okay, there it is. So Bill Ackman says, show the whole thing so I can read. Oh, it's fine. It's fine the way it is. Student loan forgiveness sounds great for borrowers overburdened with high interest rate debt that they cannot repay. The problem is that the subsidy appears to be principally to more affluent families at the cost of burdening those who didn't attend college or whose parents saved to send their kids to schools. It should be illegal for president to buy votes by transferring funds from certain citizens to others he believes are more likely to support him in an election. He's 100.
He's absolutely right. And here's the thing: Republicans and Democrats both do it. It's just incumbent presidents who won a second term. They're going to do whatever they got to do, beg, borrow, and steal to get votes. Period. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So, like, again, this is one of those things. I gave Patrick Bet-David all his flowers. I respect the hell out of that man. But when you're trying to paint something like this where it's just one-sided, well, look what Biden did. Trump would do the same thing. Bush would do the same thing. Obama would do the same thing. Clinton would do the same thing. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. It's one of the things I try to drill into folks' head, right? They're all dancing for the same master. They're all bought and paid for by the 1%.
100% right. Now look at what Mark Cuban says. Like Trump has used tax cuts for folks like you and me, Mark Cuban. Then here's my response to him. Really? Under Biden, the rich got rich and the poor got poor. The wealth of the top 1%, you just hit a record $44 trillion. His policies have been great for billionaires like you. That's Biden. Trump's policies help both billionaires like you and middle America. If anyone knows this, it's you. So there's a difference between you're talking about inflation isn't as bad as some people think it is. You know who's feeling it? Middle America is getting destroyed in America today due to pathetic policies that we have. So if you can sit there, I think it was 2 months ago when he started talking about the fact that Biden needs to talk about how great the economy is and how great the economy is. If this was Trump, he would be off and the moment you started saying that, it looks like Biden's economy took a hit. Can you show what the market has done in the last week or 2 weeks? Just go to
the market
S&P 500 the last 2 weeks. S&P 500 the last 2 weeks. What happened, Tom?
I want to point out that the nice Mr. Cuban, you are correct. The rich got richer. You pay taxes this year.
288 million.
Correct. That
Go to
means
6 months.
what
bro.
did he earn last year in net gain, unrealized net gain, not just stuff he
What's
owns?
that?
Over $1 billion
Okay.
to pay 28%. So the rich did get richer. And this guy is talking about this while he easily and conveniently pays over $250 million in taxes.
Right. Go to Dow. Go to
It's just these games, man, it means nothing to the people at the bottom. Yeah, it really does. It's you go all the way back to a lot of you people aren't old enough to remember, man, but like Reaganomics in the 80s, man. Like, you want to talk about the rich getting richer? You want to go back and look at something, you want to see a boom, go back and look at that. Go back and look at that, man. Jimmy Carter had wrecked the country's economy. Things were looking bad. Reagan came in there, man, deregulation and all this other kind of stuff. Tax incentives. The people with money got money. And again, like I said, I'm trying to get into the 1%. I want to be jumped into that set. Whatever happens in America over the next 10 years is not going to affect Patrick Bet-David or Mark Cuban or any other 100, the multimillionaires and billionaires. It's not going to affect them. Right? Plus or minus what? 25% on their net worth, plus or minus. So. But who is it going to affect? It's going to affect those people, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Brother Michael's in the building. What's good, fam? China is front running the depression. Like 20% of municipal workers are 6 months behind on salary there. Yeah, man. China ain't no joke, bro. It's crazy over there. It's crazy over there right now. Brother Pitney, core CPI appears to be at 3.8%. Not as aggressive as it was, but not where it needs to be. Facts. And again, who is going to suffer the most? The people at the bottom. It's always that way. It's always that way. That's just, hey man. What did Flavor Flav say? That's just the way the ball bounces, G. So all this talking, all this, like when the heavyweights, when the big boys, the millionaires and the billionaires go back and forth, they trade tit for tat, like what Patrick Bet-David is saying is factual. I ain't tripping. But when they trade tit for tat like that, it don't mean shit for the people at the bottom. It really doesn't. It's really hard. There is no middle class. Either you got it or you don't.
Go to Dow,
Yeah.
Rob, just to see what happened with Dow.
Well, the Dow was, I think it was at 39, like
Yeah.
539.
Yeah.
It was about to hit 40,000. It
1
was
month.
about to be the biggest thing
Go 1
ever.
month.
Now it's at close to
Yeah, it
37,
hit
38 now,
39.8 and
Yeah.
it's now at 37.38.
which is great.
Yeah, in the last 2 weeks. It's
Yeah,
gone down.
it's been rough. But
But the reason why it's rough is not, it's because they can't move that number with inflation. They keep talking about unemployment and the unemployment numbers. Rob, did Brandon send you the updated numbers on unemployment, the ones that, the real numbers of unemployment? If we have that data, if you can pull it up. The unemployment numbers that we hear about are a couple different things. I don't know if it's that one or the other one, Rob. If you can show me which one this is. Gallup's economic comments and summarize Americans' ratings of the current economic conditions, whether the economy is greater, better, or worse. This is what? Minus 26%. Since, okay, go back to the other one, and under Trump it was higher. There was another one, Rob, that I wanted to see if you can pull up. This is what, how would you rate it coming? No, there's one that talks about what the real unemployment was. It's what I wanted Brandon to pull up. I don't know if you got it or not, the data. But the point is, we can sit there and talk about unemployment. It's a lot of they don't calculate people that don't want to go back into the workforce. And they calculate if a person has 3 jobs, they calculate it as 3 different people having a job. It's not 3 different people having a job. It's one person has 2 or 3 jobs. So people are desperately having to work multiple jobs to make ends meet today. And you know who feels that? Middle America does. You know who doesn't feel that? People that are doing okay financially. So the policies are finally hitting the people that are feeling it, and they're making noise. By the way, earlier, we asked the questions of who this Iran-Israel war is going to impact the most. Gas prices.
Yep.
If it goes to 5, again. If it goes to 6, again. If it hits the 7, 8, 9, 10 number over the next few months, you already know what's going to be happening if that takes place. And by the way, this is happening. Tom, how much oil are we right now going through right now in the States? How much oil are we personally producing right now, being self-sustaining? Like,
I don't know
Biden
the
took
exact
a
amount.
page out of Trump's playbook.
Right. I don't know the exact amount that we're using per day. Rob can probably find that, but we do know this. If there is a major disruption, Biden trying to get the price of gas down, you talk about artificial intelligence. This was certainly not intelligent. It was whatever smarts he was using was certainly artificial. He drained the SPR, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which is reserved for war times and crises. So America's got energy at the time of crisis. And Biden flooded the market with it to put excess supply out there to bring the price of gas down for the sake of presidential approval ratings. Yes, that's what he did. And right now, what we're using per day, 20 million barrels, and we don't have a strategic petroleum reserve. So,
man, I hope that's not true. Oh, I hope that's not true. That's just, I hope that's not true. And you see what I mean? Who, Biden or Trump? I mean, it's just 2 horrible choices. 2 horrible choices. And you got RFK out there making noise and taking away from Trump's side. You know, you got Trump voters looking at RFK. We're going to talk about that probably over the weekend. Trump is getting worried about RFK Jr. Oh, like I said, man, it's just going to be painful. It's just going to be painful, bro.
worldwide supplies get disrupted, our own production gets impacted, Pat, guess what happens to the price of a gallon of gas? It will hit $5 in less than a week.
Because
we're already in the 4s. We're already in the low 4s.
So
Let me read this. Oil prices are set to rise as market braces for Israel's response to Iran's missile and drone barrage. This is a CNBC story. U.S. crude oil futures were slightly lower Sunday as traders breathed a sigh of relief after Israel fended off a large-scale air assault in Iran. And U.S. emphasized it wants to avoid wider war. The West Texas Intermediate contracts for May lost 34 cents to 85.32 a barrel. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
That number used to be break even at 65, not 85. They're losing 34 cents. As trading began Sunday evening, June Brent futures eased slided to $90.18 a barrel. U.S. crude closed at 85.66 a barrel Friday, while the global benchmark settled at 90.45. Futures began the year around 71 earlier this year. Now they're at that number. Wow, that's pretty wild. So guess what, Middle America? Brace for impact. High gas prices around the corner for you. Adam.
Well,
so when people say, well, what does that mean? You know, why does it matter if we have high gas prices? Just drive less, right? If oil is more expensive, everything here in America becomes more expensive. How do we transport and ship stuff around the country, right? Trucks. All right. Oh, we could use an airplane, even more money. So If oil is more expensive, everything is more expensive. Gas is more expensive. Groceries are more expensive. Everything is more expensive. Like you need to get a plumber to come out to the house. He's gonna have to charge a little bit more money because he got to drive to you, right? That's gotta be in the price. Everything goes up. I mean, there's again, people gonna vote for who they're gonna vote for. RFK Jr., Trump, Biden, whoever. And they're gonna think, well, it's gonna be better or whatever. Well, maybe it's not gonna be. I don't even know what people are thinking at this point, to be honest with you. Whoever gets into the White House, right, and come January for the next 4 years, it's going to be rough, man. It's going to be very, very difficult. It's going to take a lot to navigate these rough waters. And everyone's looking for magic pills. It's like, oh, we got so-and-so in the White House, so everything is fixed now. Doesn't work that way. We didn't get here overnight. We're not going to get out of this overnight.
Look, gas prices are obviously a major part of people's expenses when it comes to their car. I always say there's the big three expenses that you have: your housing, your transportation, your food and beverage. But back to the larger conversation we're having about the economy, this is on multiple people. It's on obviously the administration, the president, Biden administration, and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Some of this is on Jerome Powell. We've said that he's done a pretty good job, but I'm a fan of personal responsibility and personal finance. At what point is it up to the person to make better decisions with their life? I've been doing personal finance content for a decade. I've been in the financial world for 17 years. The common theme since I've been in this world since mid 2000s to now is 2/3 of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So 100% I want to see inflation come down. We're at 3.7%. CPI is a little bit higher. We'd love to see it down to 2%. We'd love to see it. But the reality is that most Americans need to focus on what's going on in their house, not on what's going on in the White House.
True. That is true. That is true. And you were always part of the personal responsibility community. Mm-hmm. But this is going to you talking about 6 weeks ago when you said if Trump was president today, he would be raving about the numbers of the economy today. Mm-hmm. Right afterwards, the economy took a massive hit. Because inflation isn't moving. And a lot of people, like I right now, most of the Monex I'm getting or the consulting calls that we're doing, the mastermind calls that we're doing, most of the guys are talking about, Pat, I've been in transportation. I experienced 70% dip. I've been in a mortgage business. I experienced 80% dip. When is this thing going to turn around with interest rates? What's going to happen? Okay. And even in the market right now, I made an offer on a building.
When are the interest rates going to turn around? Q2 of 2026. If we're lucky, go back and look at what happened in the 70s, bro. That was an 11-year dip, right? And it was double-digit interest rates. It was an 11-year recession. Go back and look at it. Don't take my word for it. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just an old man sitting in his attic talking to his computer. Go back and look for yourself. All right, Brother Pitney was like, people don't realize that oil impacts other industries like plastics and manufacturing. Facts. People don't realize, people don't have a chance to think about it, and we're not taught about anything, right? This is the kind of stuff that we should be talking about in the schools. I talked to my daughter about this kind of stuff. She hears this stuff, and I was like, do you understand what's going on? And she was like, kind of. And well, tell me what you think. And she starts talking about it. So what do we know? She's like trying to figure out what interest means. Like, oh, let's pull out the monopoly money. Let me show you. It's like, wow, interest makes it, yeah, this is how much it costs to borrow this much money. So if interest rates are at 2%, she's like, I can borrow more money. All right. If interest rates are at 14%, she's like, I can't afford to borrow any money. That's a middle schooler. This 15-minute talk. That's why water costs more. That's why it costs more when I get donuts. That's why it costs more when I get candy. My candy is more money, Papa. I was paying less money. It's like 25 cents more, Papa, for candy. And I'm like, you shouldn't be eating all that candy anyway. Go give it to me. Throw it away. And she's like, oh, it's still Papa. I told her myself, yeah, dry snitching. Go get that candy, though. Go get that candy. Go get you a banana. Go get you an apple. Go get some grapes. Get the C grade up to a B and you can have a little bit of candy. But anyway, this is a major problem. if this thing isn't handled right, we could be looking at a recession, maybe a depression, but more than likely just a severe recession, and it could last up to 10 years.
Building. The other day, guys like, well, what kind of an offer are you wanting to make on this building? Tom knows this. We made a $60 million offer. And I said, cash, we'll close in, whatever. He says, really? Yes. He says, send us the document. So why don't you send me your, net operating income? I'm like, yeah, this is how much we're doing. Really? Send it to us. Well, if that's what you're doing, that's my offer. Well, first show me you got the cash. I send him the cash. Then he sends me back and says, well, our net operating income was what, 40% less than what he quoted us.
That was the first conversation.
Yeah,
then the follow.
We got even lower and lower. Anyways, 40% less than what he quoted us. But you know why he was interested in talking to us?
Tell me
Why do you think? Because anybody else that wants to make an offer at a number like that, guess what they're looking at? They're looking at interest rates.
Yeah.
And who the hell wants to go get a $60 million loan right now at 8%, 7%, and the down payment 40%, 35%? It's a very different economy. So middle America's.
Yeah, I hear that. This is why I like listening to Patrick Bet-David, bro. He's going to give you the real deal. He in the trenches right now. I'm going to give you $60 million cash money on this building. Yeah, that guy wants to talk, but the guy's over here trying to keep his cards close to the vest. Then when the real numbers come out, like, what? Like, what did Pat say? I'm going to give you what this building is making. I'll give you $60 million if you say that's what you're making. Oh, we're really making like 40. All right, I'll give you $40 million. Just blood in the streets, bro. Patrick Bet-David got that money sitting around. He could sit onto that building. It might not turn around for 5 years. It might be 10 years, but that is going to turn around. He's buying at the bottom or close to it. Hey, so what is he going to do with it? He's going to use it to do his votes. He's going to use it. He can bring in, valuetainment. He can do all sorts of stuff with that building. It's going to be write-offs and incentives. He's going to have people, he's hiring people to come in there. But it's blood in the street right now. Like I said, if you got money, you're going to make money. Like, just the bottom line. Brother Michael's like, nope, it's going to be a depression. It might be, bro. It just might be, man. Like I said, the pain is coming.
Feeling it. Yes, it doesn't necessarily affect the people that made better choices because they have cash. But a lot of people right now are feeling the hit that's going on. And it's mainly the people that you and I don't want to be going through challenging times. Middle. We want middle, and middle is feeling it, Tom.
Exactly right. I mean, and you say, Rob, do you have the quick chart on oil? And Pat, take a look at this. This is what we're talking about. This is basically exactly, you could take and go back 1 year. Make it 1 year. Yeah. You see that? We're creeping back up to the peak that we had. And so when we drain the SPR, so you can look at the price of a barrel of oil and go to what Pat said earlier here in the podcast. And that is a forecast of where inflation is going to go, because all the things he talked about, from getting a plane ticket to go see your mom to the shipping costs of the truck that just dropped off, all that stuff with Amazon Prime. And that's where it's going. And uncertainty in the Middle East, there was a sigh of relief that it didn't break into wide open conflict, but the price of oil is going back up. We had this peak was like at 93, and we're already into the high to mid 80s right now. What are we down today? Like 85? Yeah, right in the middle. 85, right in the middle.
I'm going to send this to you, Rob. If you can go to average gas prices in America today and go to that AAA website I just sent you. You'll see the one I just sent you. Just if you can type that in, the average gas prices as of right now, as of 4/16, which is right now, is $3.64 nationwide. Okay. So that's today, right now. However, if you can go a little lower, Rob, you'll see the red at the top. Zoom in a little bit on the map at the top. The red is people that are between $3.907 to $5.45. Look at West Coast.
Now West Coast is getting crushed.
Look at Texas.
There's
Look
always
at close to
$2
Texas.
California.
And then look at the pink where we are. But now go a little lower, Rob. It'll show you the national average. Click on regular. Can you go to regular? Just press on that arrow. Do it again. Okay, perfect. That's from regular. We're not even talking premium.
Man, y'all see them numbers? In California right now, regular gas is $5.45 a gallon. Like, I lived in California for over 20 years, man. Gas has always been expensive. $5.45 a gallon. Mid-grade is $5.60. Premium $5.82. $6 a gallon for premium, bro. Look at Hawaii, man. Like, shit. I mean, that's wow. Wow. And this is just the beginning, guys. This is just the beginning. Wow. Yo, wow, this is going to affect airplane rates. You know, if you want to go fly, whatever, they buy their gas at least 3 to 6 months in advance. So once, 3 to 6 months from now, that's when you're going to see an increase in tickets. You're going to try to man, there's no cheap tickets. Like, well, the gas, aviation gas is always more than regular gas. No cheap tickets because they can't get the gas. California premium, $5.82 a gallon on average, bro, which means there's gas stations out there in Cali getting over $6, maybe probably like $6.25, $6.30 a gallon for premium.
Like right now, premium is $5.82 in California, guys.
Damn.
Diesel is $5.44 and regular is $5.46. Hawaii is $4.75. You got Washington, Nevada, Oregon, Alaska, Arizona, Illinois, Utah, Idaho, District of Columbia. Go all the way down. Let's see who's got the lowest. Go all the way down. Colorado, 3. Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, 320. You wonder why people are moving to those states? You know what kind of growth right now Texas is getting with people that are moving there. Let's see what Florida's at, by the way. I think Florida's at 390, 370. Go a little higher. Florida right there, 351. New York is also 350, which is not bad. California is guys, by the way, New York.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, like in Central Florida, like the Tampa area, I'm seeing it around like 340, between 343, 345, 341, somewhere in there. Again, these are averages. But yeah, it's $3.50. The premium is spot on. I just filled up the other day, man. It was over $100. So y'all out there talking about y'all want to get you something nice, man. You want your Mercedes, man. You want your BMW. You want you an Audi. Yo, bro, it's premium. That's premium gas. And you better start looking at them Toyotas, man. You may want to look at your, get your little Honda or something, bro, because there's a big difference, man, between $3.60 a gallon versus $4.30 a gallon. That's a difference, bro. How big is your tank? You're looking at a 20-something gallon tank. You got to fill that up, bro.
New York against California. Look at what New York is right there, 353. Go look where California is at right now.
$5.47.
$2 more
of tax,
of
local
tax, bro. It's tax that he's charging the people. Think about this. $2 more because he just chooses to do it. Any kind of creative gas tax. Can you tap in California gas tax? But the point, the moral of the story here is this. If this thing climbs the way it is, America is going to be very, very upset the next few months.
And they'll still keep voting for Democrats. Good job, guys.
It's very rare that I'm filling up a gas tank. Everyone knows I don't have a car, so I'm very rarely.
Yeah, you fill up an Uber.
Remember? No, they're doing it. But you remember we went to California? We flew into Vegas, I want to say, and it was me, you, and Mario. And we drove from Vegas to LA overnight. That was the famous Mario. You looking at some bitch, Tony?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I remember we had the SUV. We were driving it. And I was like, all right, hey Mario, I'm gonna borrow the car because I'm gonna go see a friend, whatever. I was driving the car.
Land the plane.
I was with Mario. But we went to the gas station. And this is in LA. So the average cost of price of gas in California was what, $5.50? Bro, $7 in LA at this gas station. I was like, is this what gas costs? Like,
and Adam's a good guy, man, but he just doesn't know how to land a plane, bro. But a good story, he could have got there quicker. But they were probably on La Cienega and Beverly. They were probably at that gas station there. I think it's a Shell or a Chevron or something like that. And that's always consistently like one of the highest places to get gas. Yeah, it was at $7 and something. Right, because that's Beverly Hills, basically La Cienega and Beverly, right there by the Beverly Center. I guarantee you that's where he was, or somewhere maybe off of Rodeo, or somewhere in Beverly Hills proper, somewhere in Beverly Hills. That's probably where they were. And yeah, the thing to do in LA, right? There are apps out there that tell you where the cheapest gas is, bro. Everybody got that app, bro. Who got the cheapest gas? Normally Arco. You know what I mean? You looking at that, who got the cheapest gas, man? You can't move. If you live in LA, you know where the cheap gas spots are. You driving around LA, you know where you gonna fill up at. Like, hold on, let me fill up now because I'm finna go drive down or whatever. I'm about to go down to Long Beach. Let me fill up here in my Arco over here in Van Nuys because they got the lowest gas over here. It might be 5-10 cents cheaper per gallon or whatever. Man, that shit adds up. Trust me.
I don't know. I don't have a car. I've never. He goes, no, that's just here in LA. I was shell shocked how people survive in LA with these prices. Ridiculous.
So again, if these numbers on inflation doesn't improve, and this war with Iran and Israel continues, and a NATO mess continues, and a division in America with Muslims, Christians, Jews, the riots, the protesting, the stabbing. By the way, one of the articles wrote the fact that the guy that stabbed him was due to the comments the bishop made on PBD podcast about his prophet. That's the comments. So imagine if more of that starts happening, and it starts happening in the States. Do you know how America's going to feel about it? They're going to be like, listen, man, pump the brakes. Download Connect. Ask questions of people. So many times people DM others on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. You never hear anything back.
This is Minette. This is a commercial. Let it play.
An expert values their time. On Minect, you get to pay to get people to respond back to you. One of the things we put up on Minect app, which I love, you can go to any expert and see how quickly they respond, what percentage at a time, and you'll see some of the guys will be 100% within 1 day. Some of the people will be 70%, 3 days. On Minect, on average, 85% of the time, you get a respond back from people because you're paying for them. And we just announced a Minect contest to come to South Florida and have dinner with us at the legendary Casa D'Angelo restaurant. On the house, we'll pay for it. And then afterwards, we'll go to our cigar lounge, have a bunch of cigars, conversations, poker, domino, and all the Minectors get to collaborate together. And simultaneously, we have a contest that we're running. Here's a contest. Lightweight experts, middleweight experts, heavyweight experts. You got a home team. Lightweight is anybody that's never downloaded the app before and they've never done a Minect before. Middleweight is anybody between 1 to 50. Heavyweight is going to be the ones that have done 51 plus Minects. We already listed out some of the names right now. Dustin, Calvin, and G. Dennis Panev, Ben Pappas, Chris Como. Home team, it's going to be us competing. Then new users. You're not an expert. You just have a lot of questions. Whoever asks the most questions, new signups versus those who are existing users. If you've never used it, you're competing in this category. If you have used it, you're competing in the other category. And every day this Leaders Bulletin updates. The top 3 get invited to come to Florida. You pay your flight. You pay your hotel. We take you out to dinner at Casa. Then we go to the cigar lounge together and spend a few hours to get a number 1 in each category. We'll sit at the head table with me, but top 3 will be invited. And we will most likely do a raffle for each category that will pull somebody out. And again, you'll be with myself, Adam, Vinny, Tom, our crew. And we'll show you around all the other things that we're doing as well. Cannot wait to see you guys there. That QR code on the top right shows the Leaders Bulletin on every day. It'll be updated to see where you rank. If you can go on the Leaders Bulletin, Rob, so people can see it. Every day you'll have an update on Minect's Leaders Bulletin to see who you're competing with at what level. Again, go to the other QR code for them to download the app so they can get started. Go on Apple, Droid, download the app Minect. Start Minecting today, and hopefully we'll get a chance to have dinner together. This contest starts today. April 16th, ends May 31st.
So I wanted to show that commercial, man, just because I'm showing their video, and I just want to show respect to Pat Spector and Valuetainment. A lot of people like, man, see, everybody's always trying to sell something. Yeah, bro, it's capitalism, Holmes. You know what I mean? But there's always a play. There's always a play around stuff, and there's a play around this, right? There's a play around this. Now, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it on the out here, give it away for free. I'm not going to charge you for it. But if you want to know the play, DM me. Hit me up on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, DM me. I'm not going to charge you for it, but I'm going to show you how to think through this kind of stuff. There's always a play if you put it through the old think tank, right? Always a play, right? Put it through the old, daggone it. Put it through the old think tank.
Arch, nothing gets past the old think tank. Nothing.
So there's always a play. And if you want to hear the play, man, all you got to do is DM me on Instagram, man. You see it below here. DM me on Instagram, and I'll tell you what the play is on something like that, how I would get around the whole Minette thing. But if you do have money and you are looking to invest in yourself, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That Minette thing might be a good investment. It just depends on, how much money you're looking at to try to, get on that leaderboard and all that kind of stuff. But there's always a play. And I can tell you the play. I'll get it to you for free, but you got to hit me up you got to DM me on Instagram, and I'll do that. Promise you, I'm not going to try to upsell you on something else. We're just going to, go back and forth. I'll tell you what the play is. But hey, at some point, Uncle Saint is going to start, I'm going to start hitting up folks for bread. I'm going to start doing what everyone else is doing because this is a business. I do offer the coaching stuff. And the way I do like the whole dating coaching and all that kind of stuff for those people who are trying to, get their game up and try to level up so they can meet women and stuff like that. I don't do Zoom calls. I like to do it in person. So if you're gonna do something like that, you can fly to Tampa, and my rates are real good, bro. I'm like basically $100 an hour. We can, meet me in Tampa. I live here, or if you want to meet somewhere like Miami or Atlanta or something like that, we can work out a package where, I'll come to those cities and take you to a bunch of different environments and kind of just coach you, show you this is how I do it. This is how I think you should run your plays. We talk about everything from physical fitness. Like I'm no guru. I'll tell you, like, just go get you a trainer or talk to the people who know what they're doing. You want to eat a certain way. You want to, you want to get your body a certain way. You want to dress a certain way. We talk about that. We talk about fashion. We talk about, we go over smell good game. We talk about that. And we really work on your social awareness. You got to be able to read the room, and we do this in real life. It's not one of those things like, oh, come to the conference room and we just talk about this shit. Nah, man, we're out there. We're in the trenches. We're going to the parks. You know what I mean? We're going to go to the grocery store. We're going to the lounge. We're going to the cafe. And I'm going to sit there and make you holler at people. I'm going to sit there and make you do it. And I'm going to sit there and listen. Right? I'm going to bring people over. I'm going to listen to how you act. I'm going to, show you, hey, man, this is where you got to work on this. This was good, but this was bad. Got to work on this. That is my pitch. If you guys out there trying to figure that out, holler at me. But the play on the Manette thing, like the play on the PBD thing, I got an idea on that, man. I could definitely share that with you for free on Instagram if you want to hit me up if you're interested. I'm not going to upsell you or charge you for nothing on that. But Brother Michael's saying the problem with inflation, the problem with trying to get inflation numbers down is that high rates that destroy luxury demand, that deflate these prices, are offset by higher prices in essentials because producers' supplies drop. Yeah, it's very intricate and it's all tied together. And people just, people don't really think about what goes into all this, man. Everything that PBD was saying, man, was spot on, bro. And this is, PBD knows one thing, man. It's going to be a lot of pain. Now, he's going to make a lot of money because he has money. He's going to make a lot of money. The people out there with all the wealthy folks, the big guys, they're going to make money. What Warren Buffett says, man, like when there's blood in the streets, that's when you make your bread. Right. So he's going to get paid. Brother D-Mac is like, I have an excellent idea for you and your group. Like, hit me up, D-Mac. You know what I mean? Me and D-Mac is always going back and forth on Instagram, man. Hit me up. Last Good Man Jersey's in the building. What's good, fam? We're just wrapping this up here, man. So, hey, you guys are watching this on Team Replay. And for those of you who be, rocking out with us now, I'm trying to tell you, man, prepare yourself for the pain. Prepare yourself for the pain. It's coming. It's coming. Time to tighten the belt, man. It's time to, y'all got to get off that. Y'all got to get off that dope, bro. You got to get off that that cheap money. You got to get off that. You have to just figure out how you can maintain yourself going into this recession. And once you figure that part out, get yourself right. Maybe you can, pull your pennies or whatever, scrimp and scrape or whatever, and then have a little money. Maybe you can invest in something. But for the vast majority of us, man, we're going to have to batten down the hatches because we're coming into a nasty storm. We don't know how long the storm is going to last. So it's time to have that conversation with your loved ones. It's time to have that conversation with your family, or maybe just to sit down and really think on this. What are you going to do to prepare for this upcoming possible recession? What are you going to do to prepare for this downturn? It's going to get nasty after November. It's going to get nasty, guys. It's going to be bad going into November. There's only so much they can do. But after November, election's over, man, that's when I think the pain is really going to begin. So what are you going to do to prepare yourself? That's the question, right? So we're going to keep asking ourselves that. We're going to try to figure it out. We're going to try to figure it out, man. We're going to try to figure out, like how to budget. How, do you got to have Disney Plus and Amazon Prime and Hulu, and your cable network or Apple TV or YouTube cable or whatever YouTube? Do you have to have all that? Right? Do you have to buy the brand names? Right? Do you have to? These are the kind of stuff like, do you have to go out 3 times a week? These are the kind of questions you're going to have to ask yourself. That's bottom line. So the pain is coming, guys. The pain is coming. And thanks, shout out to all the sex workers and the strippers and the managers of the nightclubs that are giving us this intel. Hey, man, the money is drying up. People are the discretionary funds are dwindling. Last good man in Jersey. Remember when we discussed this last year? The recession was supposed to be happening now. If they figured out a way to delay it, they may be able to avoid it. I hope so, man. I hope so. You know, if they figure out a way to delay it, maybe they figured out a way to avoid it altogether. We'll see. We're just gonna have to keep watching. Jay Swans tells me all the time, "Hey, bro, you've been screaming this forever, man. It ain't happened yet." All right, we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see how it plays out. The numbers are the numbers. We'll see how this plays out. So I'm done for the day, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. This was cool. I had a good time. You know, I love rocking with y'all. Friday and Saturday, I'm definitely gonna jump on at some point. And just talk, maybe Friday night, maybe I'll do an episode of Drunk Saint. Who knows what we'll talk about? Maybe I give Brother Based over here or Brother Leroy over here or somebody, you know, we'll just kind of talk it up, chop it up, see what it is. So yeah, and then Monday we'll be back. We're probably going to be talking about some red pill stuff, some dating stuff on Monday. I'll keep you guys posted. Not quite sure what we're going to talk about, and then we'll transition into talking about law enforcement. I want to kind of, you know, probably have a law enforcement theme next week. Give my thoughts on what's going on in the streets with that. It's getting ugly out there, y'all. It's getting ugly. There was a report today, I think, that law enforcement got into a shots fired situation with a 14-year-old kid. I forget where. You know, it's getting crazy out there. So we're definitely gonna be talking about law enforcement a little bit. Appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Like I said, man, we got our 150 back. We got our 150 back, and then some. We're going to continue to grow. Brother Pitney, there's a FOMC meeting immediately after the election. That might be when the Fed unleashes the hate. Yeah, man. Or the hike. Did you mean unleashes the hike? They're definitely going to get that information out there, bro. No one is expecting an interest rate cut now. None of the talking heads are expecting an interest rate cut. And there are a lot of the talking heads are calling for an increase. And this is like on Fox Business. They're like, yeah, we think the interest rates are going to go up, which they need to go up in order to get inflation under control. Like I said, the pain is coming, guys. The pain is coming. So I got to go. I'll be on Raging Tomato tonight. Let me pull up her link. I should have asked somebody to drop the link in there for me, but I'll pull up her link right now and I'll drop it in the chat if you guys want to come check that out. She's real cool. Raging Tomato has been following me for a minute. She popped on. Oh, there it was right there. So I'm going to be checking this out tonight. Raging Tomato, that is 9:15 Eastern time. Copy and paste in here. There it is, guys. If you guys ain't got nothing else to do, you know what I mean, come through and holler, you know, support Uncle Saint. Gonna be doing just the basic. I'm not walking into an ambush this time. It's just a basic interview. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good talk. I hope you guys can make it. And that's it. I'm done. Thanks for rocking out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you, Brother D-Mac. I'm not gonna forget you, bro. If we get to the highest of heights, you're gonna be right there with me. You know, me, you, Brother Pitney, the keeper of the wisdom. You know what I mean? It's gonna be all the knights, all the new Templars are gonna be there, man. All our people are gonna be, all the day ones, they're going to be there, man. So I promise you that, my brother. If we get to that point, man, y'all gonna be eating right there with us. You finally get a chance to meet Jay Swans and all the rest of them, man. So I'm DL Saint, man. I hope you had a good time. This is I Really Want to Know podcast. I'm gonna holler at you later. Be ready for the pain. It's coming. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.